couldn't have. These guys are otherworldly talented. So anyway, yeah, nerd sports. I'm super excited, and I think so right.
Yeah, we
Talking to
haven't made it
YouTube
through
in
the first
person.
topic.
I'm so sorry. Talking to YouTube in person, one of the big things that they emphasized with these new AI features, because as you can imagine, in a room full of people whose job it is to create audio and backgrounds and video for a living, right? There's going to be a pretty high degree of sensitivity around AI creation tools, right? So, one of the things that they said kind of over and over and over again was, hey, this is not meant to be a replacement for human creativity. These are meant to be tools to enhance human creativity. And I feel like I both agree with YouTube, and I wouldn't say disagree, but have serious concerns about it. So the way that they explained it was that there's like a creative loop, right? In your ideation and your execution and your promotion and your publishing and your ideation, your whatever, right? So, theoretically, if a perfect AI would just replace the human element of all of it, it would ideate, execute, promote, and publish, and it would be just a perpetual motion machine that consumes fresh water and electricity, right? The way that they've explained how AI tools will be rolled out on YouTube is that they will not be allowed to function like that because they will keep the human creator in that creation loop. At every stage, there'll have to be human input or human validation, verification, or human tuning. But here's my issue. This VO background thing, I'm certainly the human who's going to say stuff in front of it, right? Because I can see that being an obvious thing that people might do with this. They're just like kind of creating a vibe. They're creating a mood for the background of just like a short video talking about something or whatever, right? But what about all the humans who worked on like background creation, other than me just like rubber stamping which one I think is good or fine tuning the text prompt that I'm giving it? I feel like they maybe were maybe addressing the concerns of the people in the room, right? Because these are the people that are running the channels, that are the front men or front ladies or whatever, the people who own the business, right? Like they're addressing business owners. If you think about it, top creators, yes, they're people, and you connect with them, and some of them are business owners of like a one-person business, and some of them are business owners of a 50 or 100 person business, right? But they're effectively business owners if they're operating at the kind of scale that they're at Top Creator Summit, right?
This is your champion.
What about the people who work on their team? And I feel like they didn't really say anything to me to address any of that. So that's my concern. But then they also said the quiet part out loud, right? And they were like, well, AI is here, and so either we're gonna like enable our creative community with it, or they're gonna use it anyway with third-party tools, and or our top creators here won't be using it because
Get ready.
Moving out, using it to be fakes or whatever kind of content or whatever, right? So all we're really doing is accepting, recognizing that this is the reality and arming our creative community. And I was like, yeah.
First
fair
blood.
enough.
That
Right?
was quick.
Yeah, I just don't. I mean, I think this is my problem where like the VO stuff. I just don't necessarily see it as like a good thing. I have a really hard time imagining who's going to use this to really benefit much of anything other than spammed out AI generated content, which is already running all over Shorts and Instagram. So they are correct that this isn't giving people a new tool. This already existed. You could already make AI generated backgrounds. You could already make AI generated video backgrounds. You could already make AI generated audio, all this type of stuff. It was all already possible. They're just putting it on YouTube. But we've seen the impact of these tools on other platforms, and I personally haven't seen it generate anything of real significant value
Attention. Evo harvesters
other than
are
spam.
online.
So I don't know. I don't personally see the good benefit to it. But
tell me
I
this.
don't see it being dramatically worse than what we already have either.
If we make these tools less of like a nerdy, you know, I spend my life working on tools for spamming people, and more of a just, I am a thing sitting in the YouTube creator studio that highly creative people now have access to easily and don't need to learn about.
For
Is there an argument
B8RX.
there that maybe that would actually
Hey, at
increase the
Scrappy
quality
was
of some
just
of the
scrolling on here on my
AI
phone
features
cause I'm
of
bored.
this?
I
Hope
seriously
you're
doubt it,
having a good stream.
personally.
Fair.
Stream
'Cause
elements.
what's the value in it? Like, what
Thank
is
you
the
for following
what
for
are you bringing to
B8RX.
the table
Smiley
by
face.
AI generating a background to this video?
For 6 seconds, honestly.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
like, that's a big part of it for me. It's like, what am I doing with 6 seconds of background? Other than like, but man, part of it too though is like, I, in a lot of ways, feel like a bit of an outsider at events like this because I can be pretty creative. Like, I think if you tell me, like, hey, Linus, come up with an intro hook
Nice choice.
for the Noctua
got good
Booth
taste.
coverage at a trade
Don't
show.
mind if
Yeah.
I
You know, I get Jacob, and I'm like, okay, Jacob, I need you to stab me in the back with my own screwdriver, and we're gonna film like my death scene in your booth. And like, yeah, like I'm kind of creative.
extended light mag
But
here. Level
There's
3.
a level of creativity that, or like outside of the box thinking that I encounter every time I go to one of these meetups. That I'm just like,
Yeah.
if you gave me 1,000 years and 1,000 monkeys and 1,000 typewriters and 1,000 caffeine pills, I would never come up with that. Like I ended up, they did an assigned seating lunch just to force people to mingle a little bit, and I ended up seated across from, I feel terrible because I forget his name, but I ended up seated across from someone who is predominantly a shorts creator and who actually only even made a channel to promote his ice cream filled donut shop. And so his real business is like, he even has like apparel for it, but his real business is actually like franchising out his ice cream filled donut like restaurant. And he just like apparently kills it hard enough on YouTube Shorts that it not only is a great promotional tool for the business,
But it's
But-
making money.
but it's making money. They're like killing it on YouTube completely by accident. And I'm just sitting here going like, sure, you know, right? They highlighted this this super cool example of like tiny fandoms and like community remixing, where it's this channel, I think it's called two Gay Grandpas, who had this travel vlog where they just went and tried stuff and were super charming, and they had like 90 subscribers or something like that. And they uploaded all these videos. Someone remixed it, uploaded it somewhere else, and was like, hey, we need to get these guys like some actual views because these videos are great and somebody needs to watch them. And then they immediately had like 100,000 subscribers. Like I would never have thought to put together something like that. Like I don't know, it's just, and it's not like these are completely unique ideas. They're just not things that I would have ever thought of. And so
Nice choice.
when people,
You got good taste.
when YouTube releases a tool, just because I have no idea what I would do with it doesn't mean that nobody's going to do anything really interesting with it. And so I'm always fearful of
Yeah.
saying, I don't know what anyone would do with it. I just don't know.
Well, I'm trying to frame it that way specifically because I don't. And like I hope that someone does. All of these tools already exist, and we've seen what the quick to arm themselves with tools, especially when they're free, creative community has done with them, which by and large has been
just let
create
'em die.
spam content. Or just like, you know, put a quote generator onto a thing, put AI voice on top of all of the quotes,
running by himself
put
this whole time.
random backgrounds with like Roman or Gothic or old school Scandinavian Nordic, I should say, or whatever, like religious figures, put the quotes in front of it, play the AI voice, spam it on the internet, and then get tons of views. Like that type of stuff is rampant, super rampant, and that's where I'm seeing all of the AI use in short form content go to. I haven't personally seen it to go to practically anything other than that. So maybe I'm not creative enough to find a use for 6-second AI generated clips to go on short form content, but maybe someone will. I imagine there's like someone's gonna grab some form of instrument and sing weird random custom fun songs and have weird AI videos playing behind them because it's like non-artistic. Hopefully somebody does that. I'm sure there's like a thing or two that people can figure out. But I think by and large these tools are made to mass generate, to mass generate garbage and then try to play on people's like mental things, like wanting to hear quotes that agree with what they say and stuff like that, and then just spam it out. Which I don't think is notably valuable. Okay.
YouTube will also be adding a carousel of highlighted content and AI comment reply suggestions to YouTube Studio, which is supposed to mimic the style and everything here is gone for good. I asked some more and basically my understanding is that the tuning of this should be done based on your own replies to people's comments on your channel. I asked about the possibility of uploading data to help train it. That's not something that they're looking at right now. Like there's remember when we said that people yeah. So I asked, like, hey, look, if we had a transcription of like every question and answer we had ever done on the WAN show, because that's something that we could provide to you to kind of help train this tool. And they're like, no, not at this time. So this one,
like put like an unlisted video and make a bot that comments every single question on WAN show ever into it, and then have another bot that replies to each one of those from the creator channel with the proper response to build it ourselves. We can do this. Okay. We have the technology.
That's interesting.
You don't like it, Google? We'll do it ourselves.
Here's my problem with this. A reply from the creator is supposed to be a reply from the creator, and I don't.
Yeah,
really
it's immediately why I winced. Yeah.
This feels like a falsification of that interaction. Like when I reply to someone's comment in the comments, I do go out of my way to sign it LS, so you can tell it isn't another member of the team. But that means I replied to you. That doesn't mean that an AI replied to you. And honestly, and I don't mean any disrespect to any of the channels that do this, but when I go on a channel and literally every comment has a reply from the creator that's like, thank you for your comment. YouTube already has a feature that suggests a quick reply. It just is super rudimentary. It just isn't very good. It'll just say like, thanks for your comment, or thanks so much, or something like that, right? I feel like that's like cringe and crappy. But this is worse because it's almost like
misleading, manipulative.
Look, you want to get parasocial? Let's get parasocial. You know, fine. You know, let's imagine that we're pen pals with our favorite creator or whatever because they replied thanks for your comment, right? But now we're almost creating like a whole other like it's not even like real parasocial. Instead, you're getting parasocial with an AI that's trained on what the creator had said in the past. Dude, I don't know. It just seems pretty messed up, right?
It's like masked creator AI, because with the creator AIs that were made when GPT-4 first popped off, there was a bunch of like date this Twitch streamer things, right? Like I think there's an Amaranth AI or something like that. Those ones are overt. You know that you're interacting with a fake thing. This one has the masking of it being actually you. So you can't know, and you have to know that certain creators that do certain things on the platform are going to use that to try
Enough
to
lying
amp up,
around, we
to
drop
put
it.
some jet fuel on the fire of these parasocial relationships because they benefit from it in X, Y, or Z way. This is another. There's so many. This is. God, it's like the most frustrating thing with AI stuff is there's so much cool things that we could be doing with these tools, but instead,
We're creating fake parasocial relationships.
yeah, we're doing just all the like worst, most toxic possible things constantly. It's so bad. It's oh man.
It's almost like people are the problem.
Yeah, people are the problem, and you know, like I mean, these tools are incredibly expensive. Like the GPU costs, compute costs, the development costs of all these things, the power cost, everything is insane for this infrastructure right now. So they're trying to find ways that it can extract as much money as possible.
On that
good
note,
stuff.
this isn't in our notes because it wasn't something that YouTube announced at Made on YouTube. But one of the things they talked about a lot,
Attention,
you know how I've
Evo
discussed with you
harvesters
that I
are
felt like
online.
the days of the mega channel are kind of numbered at this point.
Yeah.
And I feel like YouTube is headed toward
Meanwhile,
more like
I show
niche
Steve
channels.
had 1 million live viewers on a live stream recently. But
Okay,
yeah.
so when I say, okay, I should explain what I mean by mega channel. I guess what I mean is more like a variety channel. And I mean it in when I look at the tech space, I'm referring to us because we do a little bit of everything. We do a review of a phone. We do a tour of a factory that makes
Brings more
we do a tour of a facility that recovers gold from electronic manufacturing waste. We do a video where we walk into someone's house and we cable manage it. We have these kind of random formats that don't really have a common thread other than the personalities, right? And that they're for the most part about tech and mostly IT tech. A lot of other like really high growth, highly engaged channels are much smaller, 100,000 or 200,000 or 500,000 subscribers. But they do one thing and they do it really well. Like one that I really like is HDTV Test. He's up to I think somewhere in the neighborhood of between 500,000 and a million subscribers. And he just talks about display technology, like panel technology, like really gets deep into it. And
Phoenix
one of the things that YouTube talked about a lot, but in a way that I hadn't really thought about it before, because I was thinking about it in terms of subject matter, how people are searching out ways to go deep and be part of a very small in the know community. They kind of came at it completely the other way, and they kind of went like people are fans of just about anything. And one of the examples they gave was there's this bridge, 11 foot 8 inches or something like that. I forget what it is, but there's like a famous overpass or bridge that sorry
Nothing.
oh that has like tons of videos of just trucks like scraping the bottom or hitting it or whatever else, and people will like take selfies with this famous bridge. Okay, yeah. Chat knows what we're talking about. The days of like Madonna, being and okay, that maybe that's a bad example because we have a current generation Madonna, her name is Taylor Swift. But my point is that the days of having like one person, Johnny Carson, on his late night show, which I forget what it's called, was it Tonight Show, Late Show, whatever Johnny Carson's show was, like way back in like the 60s.
Chris
He was
underscore
like
is
a
says,
single dominant
Lifeline.
force, and if you like watched TV, you like watched that. These days, like fandoms can be tiny. Like they showed this channel where this is a YouTuber that has over 150,000 subscribers, and literally her entire channel, fans of her channel, are watching her be a fan of Taylor Swift. She uploaded a feature-length film worth of video reviewing one Taylor Swift album. And right, so you're not even like so there's
Let's see what the duck ordered.
I think I just needed my mic. Am I good? Hello? So there's like
Now that's
proxy fandoms now, almost. And so I was thinking about it in terms of like subject matter. And they're talking about it in terms of like and they didn't quite say this part, but the way that I interpret it as wanting to be part of a community that isn't too big, and almost like finding something, whether it's like getting super deep into display panel tech, or whether it's getting super deep into like essentially the online version of like a boy or girl band like fan group, you know, that meets after school, right? I forget where I was going with this.
I have no idea, to be completely honest. We're talking about AI stuff, and you're talking
Yeah,
about
so-
how niche creators are becoming more of a thing.
Take it from a medic. You'll
Yeah,
wanna use
But
yeah,
it.
I don't know how that relates to AI stuff. Are we talking about the new communities part?
No, yeah, I forget. That's fine.
Okay.
You were about to admit you're a lifelong Swiftie. Oh no, dude, no,
Half the squad's
I don't have
left.
to.
No
I don't
time
have
to be
to. I don't
tired.
have to. Do I have to admit that? Like I
Yeah,
think
I
I've
do.
been pretty
Kill leader.
upfront.
Go on, watch it.
How YouTube is
Got a
pushing. Okay,
replicator
yeah,
coming
yeah,
down.
not pushing towards smaller creators, but I think is trending towards smaller creators. And yeah, I forget exactly what point I was trying to make, but oh, AI responses. Right. So people crave smaller communities, is what I was trying to say. I think there's a trend on the internet, and maybe in society in general, towards people being actually finally fatigued and overwhelmed by gigantic communities. And I think that one of the ways that is manifesting is as people people craving much smaller communities and more niche interests,
Yeah.
whether they
Only 1
were
minute to go.
naturally interested in them or not. Part of
They
the
want the community.
interest is being one of the people
Mocha
who's
Muchacho
into that
32
band
says,
that no one
LOL.
else knows, and that exists again
45
in a
until ring
huge,
close. It's near.
or exists
Easy.
now in a huge way. And so they illustrated that with fans of this bridge, or fans of a super fan of Taylor Swift. Like things that would have never occurred to you in
30
or occurred
seconds
to me
until close.
in 1,000
Ricky.
years. Like maybe other people would have thought of that. They showed off this grandma. She's like in her 70s, and she has a fan channel of like anime style video games. She's like, I didn't pick up gaming until about 5 years ago, or a few years ago during COVID or something like that. I forget exactly what the
Just 10
lady said in
seconds.
the video they showed. But I just like love this, and people just come and they join in this fandom. And now I really forget exactly where I was driving to with that, but I think that's a big part of what's driving this. And right, these AI responses. Sorry, I haven't slept much. These AI responses, it feels like they're designed to create like a fake kind of intimacy
Yeah.
and smallness of community, and almost designed to
I see
prey
where you're going.
on that craving that people have for being part of something small and something personal and something intimate.
Yeah, that
There.
sucks. That makes a lot of
That's
sense.
that's
That
where I
doesn't
was
feel
heading
good.
with this. And like, as much as as a business person, I look at this fandom concept. It's something that I think you guys, regular viewers of the WAN show, will know that I'm not super into. When we create a product, I want you to buy it because it's a great product. I don't even mind if you buy it if you love the work we do and you want to support our channel. But what I don't want you to do is to buy it because you're a fan. I don't want you to just mindlessly throw your money at us because you're a fan with no capacity for rational thought. That's not what I asked of you. It's not what I want of you. And I feel like I'm
Phoenix
outside
kit here.
with that.
Sniper stock here.
I feel
Level
like
2.
there's that kind of
Here's John here.
fan
Come
like
get your fill.
behavior, and I don't think it's healthy, and I don't think that it is. I especially don't think it's healthy when it's fake. Like if I actually show up at LTX and I actually like chat with you and take a selfie, and you actually have a really great personal interaction with me or something, and you're like, yeah, I met Linus and he seems like a nice guy, at least to the extent that I was able to gauge that from chatting with him for 31 and a half seconds at a trade show, right?
That clarification kind of matters, but yeah.
The ring is in
That's-
close proximity. Less than
That's
1 minute.
fine. That's at least that at least has somewhat of a like basis in reality, right? In your real lived experiences. Whereas if you tell me Linus seems like a cool guy because he created a data set and trained an AI on how to reply to my comment.
Got extra supplies here.
What?
If you're into that
Yeah.
sort of thing.
Yeah, not great. I don't like it at all.
I am repairing myself.
How do I
I'm
set that
spotted, taking
before?
fire.
Rings close.
Maybe
Close as
maybe
a
they
team.
can make this a
Good
lot
buzz.
better by
Just give me my
flagging
shields
what
and
things are
recharge.
AI
Using my
responses,
shield to recharge.
communicating
I
to
should've
the
brought that
user that it was an AI
I wish I
response.
brought that up.
In my opinion, that would help a lot because honestly, if these are just like standard questions you get all the time, and you're just like, yeah, whatever, it typed out like a 20-word
Looks
thing.
like a care
At that
package is
point, they're
coming
basically
in.
just like
Big
fancy
things in
canned
that.
responses.
Using grapple.
Yeah.
But even a canned responses feature, I think, would be useful for some people. But yeah, if they're at least communicating, I don't feel like they intend to, because I think they want this to do the things that we've been talking about. But if they did, if they flagged it, if they made it
Let's
so
go
that it
this
was
way.
in your face and obvious for the user that this was, you know, Linus AI
Care package
and
over
not
there.
Linus,
Making contact with the enemy.
then that would be good. But you know what would be crazy? I bet you this thing would start signing things off with Dash LS.
Set my wrecking ball on fire.
It's trained off his comments, right? He's probably the main commentator on the channel. No, because other ones are written by
Scramble that
Linus
egg.
isn't the only person that has commented. But I still think it would probably do it sometimes because enough of those comments are signed by LS. I'm assuming like at least
Probably
30,
90,
On its way down.
over 90.
Throw the thermite.
over 90%. Oh yeah.
1 moment.
Okay.
Gotta use a Phoenix kit.
Yeah, so then
Gives
it's
us
definitely going to sign with Dash
recharging my
LS,
shield.
which, if it isn't flagged as an AI, is immediately egregiously
Backpack
I
here.
need energy ammo.
Optics here. Sniper.
Rings near, cuzzies. Got a minute before she closes.
All right, shall we keep talking?
I need energy
Yeah,
ammo.
let's see if it gets
Okay.
better from here.
So far, none of these
Great, the
features
ring is close.
have
Let's
really
explore that way.
made me concerned about the future of content on the platform. This next one does. They're adding an
Left
integration
on if you need it.
with AI brainstorming and idea generation tools
30
with
seconds. Rings
the
close.
intention. This is the way they kind of
Med
communicate
kit.
to us, with the
Shield cell
intention
here.
being
Backpack here.
that
Never
it's-
mind.
it's a
Shotgun.
helper.
Got an extended
It's an
energy mag right
assistant.
here. Level
You know,
2.
you're still expected to kind of feed it. And I asked,
Optics
like,
here.
you know, what are you guys
Backpack
looking
here.
at in terms of
Level 2.
the data set? Like, is this trained on my best videos?
Care
Is
package
it
over
trained
there.
on my videos?
Light ammo
Is it
here.
trained on videos from similar creators that
That guy
share a
there.
lot of audience overlap? Or is it based on the overall
I need energy ammo.
what's
Calling in a
the
lifeline
corpus
package.
of
The
content
enemies are
on
shooting
YouTube?
at me.
Like,
Giving my
what's the
shield to
data set?
recharge.
They didn't really get specific about it, but
Backpack here.
unfortunately,
Evac
I did
tower here.
I did try to ask some tough
Shield.
questions.
Extended
I don't know
light
why they
mag
didn't
here.
get it.
Level 2.
Reloading.
Tend to be a little informed. I'm a nice storm.
Cheer, cuz.
Pretty boring.
Give me your.
You kill
So the
leader.
idea is that
Only
it's
thing
a
they're
helper.
leading is my boot
But-
to their face.
The problem with any AI is the second you start training
Extended sniper mag
on
here.
something
Level
that was
4.
AI
Extended
generated,
heavy mag here. Level
it
3.
starts to decay. It starts to become a photocopy of a photocopy, and the actual creativity
I'm
starts to
crafting.
disappear. And I guess what my concern
Optics here.
is that on the
Mid-range.
surface, I look at this and I go, yeah, that could be
Optics
kind
here.
of helpful.
Sniper ammo
I have a
here.
couple of ideas. I spitball them into the inspiration tab. It craps out a couple of other,
Recharging my
ideas that
shields,
are ripped
Guzzy.
off of, maybe some videos that were really successful.
1 minute.
Okay, I
The
go
ring
and make
isn't
that.
far.
Do we start doing that enough that videos that are being uploaded to the platform, while not entirely AI generated, are at
Enemy
least
there.
Enemy
influenced
over there.
enough by AI that we start training our AI on AI-inspired ideas and start
Down on the
just
Phoenix
like
kid.
I better
start
grab an
losing some
upgrade.
of that
It
humanness,
goes well
some
with
of
my
that
level up.
creativity across the
Grab that
platform.
enemy
To your point
shield.
earlier, I totally
Reloading.
get that these are not
Enemy
easy.
over there.
I totally
Got
would do
another
this
squad.
exact
I'm
thing
up.
right now.
Got my grenade out.
But this is specifically trained off of
Just giving my shields a
exactly
recharge.
in but it's trained off of YouTube. And if it continues to
Got
be
my
trained off
grenade
of
out.
YouTube, are we going to be like the snake eating its own
Keep
tail a
shooting
little
at
bit
me.
here and
Thermite
just
grenade out.
consume ourselves, consume everything
Gun on
that's,
the Phoenix kid.
that's
Rings around
good
the
about
corner,
it, that's
10 left.
unique about it.
Help Johnny to lead. Grenade. This way, let's go. He's on there.
Killing and drilling.
I feel like basically everything
Just
I
giving
said
my
about
shields a
the
recharge.
VO 6 second
That's our line. Rings moving and we don't seem to be in it.
I'm not surprised at doing it. This also feels to me like it's trying to
Crafton,
compete with
hang on a
Mr.
moment.
Beast's new tool.
I'm crafting.
Hit by the squad.
YouTube.
Charging my shields, cuzzy.
Yeah, surprisingly, we actually don't really subscribe to it.
The enemy starts to be. Reloading.
Yeah, Ustats
Giving my
Pro
shields a recharge.
is a Mr. Beast tool. I think this is the one. Is this the right one? I'm pretty sure.
Taking
I'm not
fire.
100% sure,
Reloading.
but I think this
Just
is
giving
it.
my shields a recharge.
It does things like what you're talking
Opening fire on the enemy.
I guess cold ones after the game are off then.
No pro. Yeah, organize and brainstorm your next upload. Track long and short outlier videos in each category. That one's actually pretty interesting. By URL image. So you can, if I remember correctly, search for like thumbnails based topics, and then it'll try to find you thumbnails for inspiration, so you can like follow the type of platform, which again just contributes to more samenism.
Just 30 seconds. TikTok says the clock.
Again, the tools already exist. They're just trying to bring more eyeballs directly onto YouTube.
Mocha Machacho 32 says, did Path ever use his SIP for us?
Results rather than which are similar to creator-controlled Discord servers or subreddits, where both the creator and their subscribers can post text, links, and images. This one,
Okay,
believe it or
2
not, I
minutes
actually
squads
like.
left. Deep breaths.
There's a lot of friction
I don't
in
breathe.
getting people off platform. To be clear, I don't see this as a substitute for
Recharging
off-platform
shields.
engagement. I think that off-platform engagement is important. But you know how we have both locally, where we have
Mocha Machacho 32 says, listen to coach.
right now. So we've got our floatplane platform. But
Mocha
we
Machacho
also
32
turned on
says,
memberships,
ouch.
which has like I think another 500 or something like that members.
We're
It's
almost
like
at
there's
38.
certain
Enemy
people.
right here.
Did we hit 38?
We're not quite, but we're 37,000
That's why I said 37,000. I didn't want to exaggerate. I
You
knew
can
we were
round
close.
up by 69.
No.
I think 69 is an acceptable round trip number to round up on.
I'll tell you what, Luke. I'll tell you what. Why don't you screen share some of the great exclusives we have on Floatplane right now? Go ahead. Do it real quick.
Wow.
Let's
wow.
try to add the 69. Let's get
Wow.
it done. Let's get it done. And then I can say we have 38,000 subscribers on Floatplane. Okay?
Wow.
So you go ahead, get some cool exclusives people might want to check out up there. And in the meantime, I will keep talking. So we have about 500 members on YouTube as well. I'm not going to say no to people who are willing. They pay extra. The last time I looked at it, they pay extra. We're transparent about that because YouTube takes a very significant cut there that does not go toward the salaries of our developers who develop Floatplane.
This is gonna be a
But they
good
just
fight.
don't want to leave the platform. And a lot of people are like that. They just are not interested in engaging off of the YouTube platform. and I think that there should be features that allow us to be there for them, and engage with them. Like I like community posts. There's actually a fair bit of pretty solid engagement there, solid interaction.
This is your champion.
I just wish that it was. I wish that community members could interact with each other more easily. They've significantly tamped down on the number of like sex bot comments and stuff like that. It's not perfect.
Still
There's still it still happens, but dude, compared to what it was like a year ago,
Infinite arms race. Yeah, it'll always happen to a certain degree, I think.
Yep. They've
there's only
improved
so
a
much
lot,
they can do. Yep,
and we've
I
got to
do
give
agree.
credit where it's due.
For sure.
And I think you and I have talked a lot over the years about how underinvested
Let's
YouTube
land here.
comments and
Enough
community
lambing around. We're dropping.
So, is this exactly the right way for them to do it? I don't know. But is it something?
I think my biggest
Yeah.
problem with this is a
Yeah.
complete non-confidence that I have with Google these days, to the point where there's like serious conversations about ripping out workplace solutions that we have at the company from Google right now, because there's a big question on like what if this is even going to exist in
First blood.
every single thing that they have, and then extremely core features that other platforms and other companies are providing these days, Google is not providing. So they're not expanding in the way that other companies are, and they're just killing products that people actually do really like constantly. So if they're going to create this communities feature, and creators are going to invest
Flatline here.
into, because it is an investment, if creators are going to
One
invest
moment,
into
I'm crafting.
making these communities vibrant and
45
trying to
seconds,
encourage
rings just
people
up
to
ahead.
come over here, very likely cannibalizing their own already created Discord communities that have been, cultivated and grown over
harvesters
the years,
are
have
now
moderators
available.
built into it, have likely tools made for moderation, all this other type of stuff that are custom built for that, or custom tuned for that, and then YouTube rug pulls this new community feature. It will be incredibly frustrating for genuinely everyone involved, and at this point in time, I have no trust in Google that they will actually keep this around, because they've proven that that would be misplaced trust. So that it would be unwise for me to do so. I think it's also,
Taking fire.
as much as I do like things like community posts, this feels like it's creating yet another thing that has to have moderation from it, from your team or from the community. This
Okay.
creates we have
Just
this,
giving my
we have
shields
this
a recharge.
Chewie's got to work.
problem where so many YouTubers are doing weird, creepy things with kids, and now this is another thing that parents are going to have to be aware of in regards to ways that there could be bad communication. Because I think it took years for parents to be properly aware of this.
Our parents. Just to give you some idea of how long.
Something like this.
Anakin says, Ash 1.
So there's like, I want to like it. If this was honestly like 8 years ago, I think I would have been super stoked.
Okay.
But
Let me
now,
play devil's
especially
advocate.
in light with everything else that's coming out, I'm just a little skeptical.
Focus. Do not let them
But I'm
best
gonna
you
try.
again.
I believe in you.
Google, you're right, kills a lot of stuff. Kill a lot of good stuff. They kill a lot of beloved stuff. They create a bunch of kind of half-baked stuff, and then they kill that. And you got a bunch of the best. The YouTube, do they really create and kill that much compared to Google?
They killed-
Could we have a bit more trust in the YouTube team specifically? And I'm just asking questions.
Do you want to jump on that? So they did actually, they killed paid channels. They did bring, I think it's called they brought that back, but it wasn't right away. So they got creators in the cycle and then dropped all of them while they were doing the new one. They didn't develop the new one and then convert everybody over. They dropped everyone for at least a couple of years, I think it was. To the point where,
Tanakin
again,
says,
so this is
vibes.
actually a community building thing, right? They had creators build communities on these paid private channels, or whatever exactly it was called or however it worked. We didn't use it, and it's been a long time. But they had us included, right? Like we might have actually used that at that time if it existed and was good, but it didn't. So they got creators like Awesome Sauce, Bitwit, Kyle, creators like that bought into this ecosystem, brought their users in, got people to subscribe, built these communities, were talking more active, all that type of stuff in that community, trying to incentivize people to actually enjoy their time there, right? And then all of those creators just got completely dropped, and now they have to bring all of their audience again to some other type of platform, all of their committing
to
audience,
Patreon,
to Patreon or Floatplane or whatever else, and then they start YouTube memberships, and now it's like, oh my god, so do I bring everyone back, or do I split and do both, or what? So like they have done that before. I will say, however, that I do generally agree that the YouTube team doesn't seem as rug pulley as Google as a whole. Most of the things that YouTube has introduced, there's some semblance of it still around, I think.
You know what came up in one of my breakouts at the summit? It's one of my favorite features that they killed. I never got into stories on like Snapchat or any other platform because I don't use those platforms. I actually really liked them on YouTube, and they never really fully implemented the feature. It literally never worked on my folding phone, even though that's Android, kind of a music product and stuff. And then they just like quietly got rid of it when they introduced Shorts, and and it came up in one of the breakouts that people loved stories and were like, hey, can you guys bring it back? And YouTube's argument for why they got rid of it and didn't bring it back, we conveniently had the person who spearheaded stories right there in our breakout. These summits are really amazing because we really do get access to top level people at YouTube and get to have these conversations. The reason was apparently, even though creators really liked it, user engagement with it was super low. And so, I don't know. Maybe you guys can tell me. Do you miss stories at all? Like, or do you just not care? And am I maybe just kind of out of touch and like feeling like you guys were engaging with it? We didn't really post that many because my daily driver phone didn't support it. But yeah, never used them. Nope, didn't care at all. Yeah, so didn't care, didn't use. So there you go. I don't remember it. We got like one person who missed them and cared. That's about it. They're apparently kind of hard to use. I mean, it was a half-baked implementation, so it's probably part of the problem.
Yeah.
But other than people have brought up dislikes, I don't really see that as taking away a feature so much as changing the functionality of the site. So I'm not sure I fully agree with that one. They definitely did get rid of annotations.
I think it was taking away a feature. The ability to view dislikes on a video? Yeah, I think so.
I think that you could say the ability to gauge sentiment on a video, they made it worse, but they didn't take it away. You can see
they took away your ability to yeah, that doesn't mean anything when there's no dislikes.
Dude, Luke, I'm not a fan of the change.
Land here.
I'm just saying, I don't think it's the removal of a feature so much as it is the changing of the functionality of a feature to make it worse, which is not a good thing. I just don't think it's
Hold your breath. If you have a respiratory system.
They removed stories.
If
it doesn't exist.
If it was an overall karma counter, I think I would agree with you. But because you could separately see like and dislike, I think dislike is its own feature. Like and dislike are separate features. If it was a combined total, and they took away your ability to see the combined total or something, that's modifying it. But yeah, I don't know. I think if it's dislike and with its own counter, they're removing a feature, which is dislike.
First blood. Now the game's really starting.
Agree to disagree.
Got some extra munitions here.
There you go.
YouTube is also testing a new hype feature, which they actually didn't talk about really at the summit, where viewers can choose to promote a recent video posted within the last 7 days from a creator with fewer than 500,000 subscribers. Highly promoted videos will appear on a special leaderboard as fan favorites.
Evo harvesters are now available.
3 videos a week for free, or pay for more.
Pay for more.
30 seconds.
So this is back to, I guess, actually, I actually wasn't aware of this one. I didn't carefully go through the YouTube thing.
Good.
I'll jump in now. A lot of it, so I didn't know about this one. This just feels like monetizing super
Small
small
creators.
intimate communities again. Yeah.
And small creators, because what?
Yeah.
If you really want to make it, you're not going to pay for your own channel to get hyped. People are, yeah, no, immediately.
Level 3.
That's what this is for sure. You're also gonna have super fans that do that for sure. I think they're mostly gonna use their free ones, and then you're gonna have some hyper super fans that will actually use the paid version. And then I guarantee you, small creators that are really hell bent on making it as a creator, whether this feature really works or not, are gonna invest money into hyping their own content with their own actual account, or if it shows whose account did it, they'll just make fake ones and do it that way.
Ready for a little bit more devil's advocate?
Sure.
Wonky Donkey in Floatplane chat asks,
Incoming
is this
care
feature
package.
because there
I
are so
love
many massive incumbents that no one can rise up? Is this potentially a clumsy, flawed tool that could benefit somebody?
I think if that was true,
tower
YouTube
here.
could just do it
A zip line to a big
organically,
balloon?
which I think
Is it my
YouTube
birthday?
does extremely successfully. I think YouTube is one of, if not the best platforms on the internet for organic growth of a creator. I think something like Twitch, is going to naturally, based on how Twitch works, be a lot worse at that. But I see new creators on YouTube. If I was on it every day, I'd probably see new creators on YouTube every day. Like,
I think that's fair. I was devil's advocating. Advocating? Advocating.
YouTube has extremely strong discoverability mechanics already. Like, it's honestly really, really good, almost to the point where if anything, it's like pulling down its most successful creators, because it's kind of so obsessed with showing you new stuff all the time.
All right, let's get through the rest of the YouTube stuff and talk about some more. Let's move on. But there's a couple more things. YouTube has confirmed they're rolling out pause screen ads more widely. So I'm sure I know how you guys feel about that. Yeah, cool. YouTube is also expanding its creator takeover program, where advertisers can pay a premium to take over all the ads on a particular channel for some period of time. Just so you guys know, we were sent an email from YouTube inviting us to join this program, and we have confirmed with them that we do have the ability to opt out of takeovers that are from
Cool.
So we actually reconfirmed, because they brought it up with us again, that we have continued to be opted out of any gambling and alcohol-related ads. So you guys will not see those on our channel if everything is running correctly. And we will apply our typical sponsor restrictions, guidelines, our typical sponsor guidelines to these takeovers as well. The only exception you might see is if we miss an email or something like that. If something sad happens, it will be that's not me trying to you guys for that we're gonna accident on purpose. I'm just saying we are not perfect. As you guys well know, we are very human, and accidents do happen. So that would be why that would be. We have published our sponsor guidelines. Luke, do you have any idea where that is?
It's on the forum somewhere, isn't it?
It is. It is on the forum somewhere, but I just don't know where. Yeah, I don't see it right now, and sorry. If someone has the link, post it in the Floatplane chat. But it's somewhere on the forum where we outline all of the things that we are not.
Just giving my shields a recharge.
Replicator there.
All right.
Perfect for cuts and broken bones.
Oh wait, I might have found it. LMG sponsors do not work with list.
Discussions? Yeah, there we go.
There it is. We don't do drugs and alcohol. We do not believe this is responsible for us to promote at this time. I love that, at this time. We leave the door open, but not at this time. Crypto, NFTs, ICOs. This is not a field we want to get mixed up in at this time. Credit loans. We want to avoid promoting these things directly. We've worked with banks and financial institutions in the past that offer these services, but we want to avoid promoting them directly. Dropshipping as a service. After our initial fact-finding, we
care
worked with
package
one of
over
these
there.
companies last year, but based on community feedback, we do not plan to again.
Setting up a zip
Gaming
line.
chairs that do not prioritize ergonomics, mental health / therapy. We are pro-therapy. We advise anyone reading this to prioritize their mental health, but we do not intend to promote any
I'm
companies who
picked up our
profit
friend's
from these
banner.
services at
We
this
can
time.
bring them back.
Online sports betting, gambling more broadly. We do not believe this is responsible for us to promote at this time. Pay-to-win games. So our bar for games is that we do actually have someone internally play the game. If it can be enjoyed without the need to sink money into it, we know this is a fine line, but we're okay with it. If it is absolutely not enjoyable without paying money,
I
then
spotted our enemies.
we do not
Check your maps to
feel
see.
it is appropriate
Ring
to
company
promote
opening
at this
fire
time.
on me. Broke
And
that
finally,
enemy's shield.
unproven Kickstarter / Indiegogo campaigns. We will work with companies that have a long history of launching products and that basically just use these platforms as a marketing vehicle,
Great.
but just
The ring is
complete
closed.
nobodies,
Les,
we just
broke
don't
that
want people to
enemy.
get
I am
burned.
taking
We've
some damage.
accidentally promoted things that we were really unhappy that we ultimately
Back,
put a spotlight on.
mostly back in like Kickstarter's heyday.
Yeah. So that's our guidelines. And speaking of sponsors, why don't we tell you about our sponsors for the show today? I'm sorry, I know we only did one topic, but it was boy, was it ever a
Giving my
meaty one. I
shields
didn't
a
realize how
recharge.
long we've been talking. I have a play to be at in an hour.
It's almost
So
3.
Setting up a zip line.
she
That
was a
like
meaty.
the whole show.
She was a
You've been
meaty
talking about
topic
this
for
for
us.
an hour and a half.
Well, the
That's half-
problem is I'm not there in person to see Dan's piece of paper.
No, that's okay. I didn't stop you. Like, this is a pretty major thing, right?
Yeah, except the one thing that's sad is honestly the doc is really good this week. There's a lot of
I
really
know.
good topics.
We can push stuff to next week if it comes to it. But the show is brought to you by
Sure.
Vessi. If your home server enjoys you should check out our sponsor,
Backpack here.
Vessi.
Level
Not
2.
only are their shoes, according to
Shield here.
Vessi, waterproof. Okay,
Looks like a
guys, these
care
talking
package is
points,
coming
you gotta
in.
make sure that
Big
they
dents
are
in that.
compatible talking points. I never say anything's waterproof. Vessi's
leveled
talking
up.
point is that
Now
they're
let's
waterproof.
get an
I will
upgrade.
say that Vessi
Got
says
an
that.
upgrade.
I will not
Gonna
say
put it
anything
to
is
use.
waterproof because by that logic, the Grand Canyon shouldn't exist because rocks are waterproof. But water makes fools of us all. Anyway, Vessi shoes. They look stylish. And they just dropped
Enemy
their
over
new
there.
courtside classics.
Attention.
Okay, these actually look
Grappling.
They have a classic 90s vibe with a modern
New
twist.
kill leader.
They're
Eyes
perfect
out
for
for
keeping your feet dry while fixing that flooded basement. Just kidding. Thank you again, Dennis.
Firing.
They're a great
Recharge
choice for running errands
Taking
during the
damage,
day
friend.
or taking a late
Broke
night
that
city
enemy
stroll.
shield.
And Bessie just
Half the
nails
squad's
the
left.
combo
No
of
time to
comfort
be
and function.
tired.
They've got a padded
Reloading.
tongue and collar, plus a lightweight design that makes you feel like you're walking on clouds. Our team loves Vessies. They're super versatile. And right now, you can save 15% on your first purchase by heading to Vessi.com. Of course, we're also featuring Corsair's Drop CSTM 80.
Crack. I am taking fire,
Not
friend.
just shoes.
Enemy down.
Complete your look with a custom keyboard from our sponsor. Wait, what? Is it? Oh wait, what is this? No, this is not. What is Corsair doing?
I got you,
Hang on,
friend.
guys. The show is also brought to you by the Drop CSTM 80. Complete your look with a custom keyboard from our sponsor, Drop. The Drop CSTM 80
I
is a
killed an
dense
enemy.
keyless keyboard offering a
We're
variety of
not all in the ring.
customization.
Check your positions.
Its decorative top case fits
Recharging
magnetically
shield.
and
Light ammo
seamlessly
here.
onto the CSTM 80's frame, letting you choose from multiple color options. But look,
Blue
the
bins
CSTM
have been
80 lets you
installed.
customize how it feels
Knockdown
when you
shield.
type too.
Shotgun
You
bolt
can
here.
choose from different
Level
keyboard
4.
weights and switch plates to find your ideal typing experience. I
Backpack
have been
here.
informed by the audience Corsair acquired Drop. I totally missed that. That's incredible.
1 minute before
So
the ring
I should
closes.
just read. I should just
I've been snared.
take a note from Mr. Will Ferrell, and I should just
I am taking fire, friend.
you know, fuck you, San
Giving my
Diego.
shield.
Right, I don't have a bleep
You don't
thing.
have a
Anyway,
bleep.
My Phoenix kit.
plus it's got hot swappable switches, RGB, supports
Oh.
QSK, and wireless. Check out the Drop CSTM 80 at lmg.gg/CSTM 80 or at the link in the video description. But it's a reference!
Grappling.
It's a reference!
Might be something good this way.
Sorry, I might have done it slightly wrong.
Listen up, boys. We have a squad coming in.
It's go F yourself, San Diego. Sorry. Should I explain the reference? Like, is that
Did you
something
want
I
to try
should
it
do?
again? To get away this time?
That's Anchorman 1, right?
Yeah.
I am taking fire, friends.
It's not swearing if you're quoting someone, says Panda
Incoming care
I bet
package.
you there's a
Firing.
non-insignificant amount of people watching right now that were born after the
that enemy
release of
shield.
that movie, by the way.
I think some of them might work here.
no.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna explain the joke. Okay, so in the movie Anchorman, which
Wrecked
is
an enemy shield.
like one of those kind of funny movies from the
Firing.
early to mid 2000s.
I am taking. I have been down.
The character is sort of a blowhard anchorman played by Will Ferrell, who was much younger then. Sorry, this is horrible. Basically, he just reads anything on the prompter. So at some point, mess with him for some reason or another. Somebody put "Go F yourself, San Diego" on the prompter. He just reads it. So it's a quote. It's a reference.
Looks like I'm inside the
Okay,
ring.
just anyway. Oh my god. Sammy, our social / like flow playing guy says, oh, he was a lead back in the early 2010s. Sammy, not
Swallowing in a
an
lifeline
actor.
package.
I
Speaking
love
of
lamp.
Sammy though,
Myself.
speaking of Sammy though, Luke, you never highlighted any like specials or exclusives or anything that should compel people to subscribe. We've only gotten like 25 subscribers.
Setting
We've
up
got
a
a
respawn
got a
beacon.
milestone to hit here.
I did.
No, you gotta say it. You gotta say it. Say it out loud. Show them
Verbalize
so
it.
good.
Sammy, you gotta tell people too.
Sell, Sammy, sell.
I don't know. There's
Energy
extras from
ammo
like
here.
all the ultimate tech upgrades, including Elijah's.
There's 46 minutes. 46
closer
minutes
look.
of extra Linus and Elijah. Guys, you gotta subscribe or you're not gonna see it.
There's a closer look from David on why David is buying a PS5 Pro. There's the continuing series of why the WAN show is late, where there's these teams, there's tons of Scatter Wars extras from like every episode, I think. Big holes in like the something that's crazy.
You don't have to subscribe for everything. Subscribe. You can just download any videos that you want to watch.
That is true.
Luke, let's
That
be
is
honest.
true.
Let's be honest with the people. We
Well, that's not
appreciate
even
your
what
support.
I'm sighing about.
Sammy's here and he's
That's
very
fine.
angry.
The problem is that we have a download feature at all and have to support it.
Oh.
You can use it as much as you want. I don't care.
Hey, look.
When is that?
2 weeks from now.
2 weeks from
I think, yeah, that's the plan. And
So,
there's a lot of extras.
look, we gotta be real
Why
with
am I
the
late?
people.
I can't hear Linus, sorry. I'm talking over him. What?
Okay, we gotta be real with the people, guys. Like, float plane is a great way to support the work that we're doing. You know, keep Sammy employed. But it's also just really great content. There's literally hundreds of videos that are exclusive to float plane, where you guys can
Okay,
get
2
like,
enemy
extra
squads
footage,
left. Deep
meet
breaths.
the team behind
Wait,
the scenes.
I don't breathe.
Super checks, post WAN show battles, like actual,
Inside the next
literally
ring. I
like
love this.
100+ hours of content. And to get subscribed, all you gotta do is it's like $5, I think, for the bottom tier subscription. So go! We got a milestone to crack. We lost one. We're literally down one compared to the last time I said anything. So wow, good job. Good job, me. Good job,
Well,
Sammy.
It's nice
Good job,
working
Luke.
with Sammy.
It doesn't update instantaneously when people unsubscribe. It updates when their subscription period ends.
Just happens to end in the last 10
Coincidence.
seconds.
Yeah.
Giving my shields a
somebody-
recharge.
Okay, well, never mind. The show is also brought to you by Ugreen. Our sponsor, Ugreen, is bringing you some fast and fun charging accessories for the new iPhone. Showcase Ugreen Uno charger. Luke,
Oh,
you
yeah.
got it, right?
Yeah.
It's the Ugreen Uno charger 100-watt robot. Its funky design doubles as a fun desk
Only 10
buddy when
seconds
you're not
left.
using it.
Cool.
And with its detachable base, you can place it wherever you like. Plus, the cute emojis on the TFT screen change as your device charges. It delivers 100-watt fast charging with 260 ports, meaning your MacBook Pro and other Apple devices can be used up in no time. And it can even take the iPhone 15 Pro from 0 to 60% in just 30 minutes. That's not all. You can charge up to 4 devices at once with 3 USB-C ports and a USB-A port, so no more plugging in. Check out the Ugreen Uno series by using the link in the video description. That actually sounds super cute. I can't see it, but I imagine it is super cute. It is as cute as I imagine.
Blushing.
I am now
Go back to
looking
me.
at the
Oh,
screen.
you can see it there. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
super
yeah.
cute. All right. I guess we should probably do another topic. Like, I don't even know if we're gonna get some merch messages, but like, we have a really good deal. Okay, well, we've got a really good deal to announce. It is 50% off our remaining water bottle and spout lid inventory. So the link here is for the 40-ounce bottle, but I think this applies to every bottle on the site. While supplies last, water bottles featuring the old spout lid, as well as individual purchases of the old spout lid, which many of you have
45
noticed
seconds
is
until ring
compatible
close.
with
It's
many
near.
other water
Good thing
bottles,
I can move.
are 50% off. Due to the discount, these products are considered final sale. They are not eligible for return, but this is a really good deal. You guys are going to want to check it out. The reason we're bringing them out is we finally
30
have
seconds
inventory of
until
our
close.
new
This is
in-house
very
design
exciting.
spout lid, and Luke is not a huge fan. I'm going to talk you through why I think it's great, and then Luke can talk you through what he thinks about it, and you can decide for yourself if you want to stock up on old water bottles and spout lids at the discount, or if you want to wait for the new one. So, Luke, do you have the
Only
lid there? It features so there's two O-rings. There's the one between the lid and the water bottle, and then there's the one between the spout top and the lid. Both of those have pull tabs on them, which make them much easier to take out for cleaning. The thread for the spout top is on the outside now, rather than the inside. We know that some people are not going to like the feel of the spout top thread against their lips. We went back and forth on this over and over and over and over again. What it kept coming down to is that our major concerns with the old top lid were two. One was that the clip would break pretty easily. Too easily for us, not that easily, like to be fair. It did break pretty easily.
Dude, shut the fuck up, you're dog shit. You're in fucking silver. Shut up,
And then
kid.
the other
It's so
concern
fuck.
we had is that it's not the easiest.
No, I'm in
And
gold
when it came
one,
down to
nigga.
what our
I'm in
design
gold
goal
one.
was
I'm
as a
almost in.
product,
Friends at your
easy
side, the
Luke
night
Nigga,
wasn't
because
able
you
to
won't shut
decided
up,
to
I'm.
keep the threads on the outside so that the
Yes, and I was fucking diamond 3, nigga. Shut the fuck up. There's a reason you're lower.
said that
Neither am I. Neither am I. Shut the fuck up.
Restock of water bottles. Luke has some concerns.
Yeah, I think the increased cleanliness features are genuinely super cool and probably make the whole thing worth it regardless. But
Concerns, Luke.
there are some downsides that come with it. Like one thing that I noticed is very commonly with the old lid, you could do this. If you notice, I didn't really do much to it, and it immediately went down to this. I'm going to show, but it's black on a dark background. It went on this downward angle. With the new lid, if you whip it open, even with a bunch of force, it just stays there, which makes it so that with that much force, it actually held position. But when you go to drink it, it hits you in the face. So you actually have to like kind of click it down.
Yep.
That results in some wear that I suspect the support team will get messages about on the little nubbins that hold it in place, but I've been informed that those are designed to do that, so they're fine. I think the support team is going to get some messages because they wear quite quickly, or they.
So
they
the
appear
first
to.
bit of wear, the first bit of wear looks like a lot, and
Yeah.
then
it doesn't do much more, I'm assuming.
and then it doesn't do much more. Yeah, that is something that I'm actually not very concerned about.
Yeah, sure. And
but
then,
worst case scenario, hey, we got you, bro. So
yeah, exactly. And then the last one is the threads on the outside. Again, genuinely a really big bump for cleanliness and makes it worth it.
yeah,
But on the old one, it's incredibly easy to close. I use our water bottles literally every single day extensively. I drink at least 64 ounces of water out of our water bottles every single day, usually more than that. So I'm
literal
using them
enthusiast.
constantly.
Luke has made gallons of pee with our water bottle.
Oh yeah, all of them. So I have feelings about this. Okay, that's all. The old ones, opening and closing, you can just do that. 100% accurate every single time. I know now that this is closed. With the new ones, that is not the case because the threads on the outside are less reliable. So like, if that work? No. And I can tell because the whole lid kind of rocks back and forth. But if you just like grab it and turn it, it will work. Like, it's fine. It's not that it doesn't close. It's just that like this old maneuver that I used to do to like flick it off and flick it back on instantly every single time no longer works with 100% reliability. So if you're coming from the old lid, just don't trust a random spin because yeah, again, it didn't actually happen. But if you just twist it closed, it does go and will hold. So I don't know, just something to be aware of.
There's a few questions. Mattman asks, would you sell the O-rings with the tabs separately? I would buy them, but I don't like the outside threads. They are not compatible with the old lids, unfortunately. Again, to improve the sanitariness, to improve the ease of cleaning, we did redesign the lid, even though it cosmetically looks an awful lot like the old one.
Enough lying around. We drop it.
The new.
What do you mean I'm not happy with Luke's complaints? Luke brought these up before the show, and I was like, you should talk about it. Like, we believe in transparency. I don't know how many times I have to do that. You need me to cut open a lid?
I'll go to 105. I'll go to 105. Oh, we got a bandsaw. I'll do it. I haven't broken something in a while.
Like I said, I use these every day. I know some people say that they've broken a bunch of the hinge arm things. I've never broken one of them. I don't necessarily know what's causing that to happen. I throw them around all the time. Oh, maybe I just don't drop them. That makes sense.
And not all of them are weak. It's like it's a plastic flow issue. It's not obvious looking at it why it would be weak, but sometimes the way the plastics flow, it's weak. So ours isn't actually that much like bigger, but the way the plastic flows through it will be much stronger.
It looks so. Yeah, you can.
There's so much.
I mean, you can tell it's bigger, but it's not. It's so much more to a water bottle.
Bigger. There's so much more to a water bottle lid than I think most people would probably think about. This one was very thoughtful. I promise you that.
Yeah. I would. The more I've thought about it, I should probably get these, even though I don't love the threads on the outside. Just because it's going to be cleaner. And like I clean mine all the time, but still, this is very simple to clean, which makes me believe that it's going to become more clean. Because
we've got to do some topics, Luke.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry. All right.
As much as I'd love to keep talking about our merch, we gotta do some topics. Right, Linux gamers can no longer play GTA 5.
Yeah.
Rockstar has updated GTA 5 with BattleEye anti-cheat, breaking Linux compatibility and rendering Steam Deck players unable to play the game's online multiplayer. Notably, GTA 5 was one of the top 10 most popular games played on the platform last week and has been in the top 20 for the past 2 years. It is not entirely clear why Rockstar did this. The company has blamed Valve for the issue and directed all questions to them. However, according to a 2021 comment from Valve, BattleEye is fully compatible with their Proton compatibility layer, and developers simply have to email BattleEye to enable it. In fact, there are already many games using BattleEye that are supported by Proton.
Nice.
As a potential silver lining to the recent CrowdStrike, you mean? Is this a typo? CrowdStrike, yeah, it's a typo. Okay, I was like, what's CrowdStrike? Microsoft appears to be preparing to push security software outside of the Windows kernel, which would likely, possibly, include anti-cheat.
Yeah.
This may, in turn, allow for more games to work on Linux.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the good news that you were referring to before?
Yes. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That's actually enormous. Like,
I need an extended light mag.
I don't know. I know a very significant amount of people that only don't want to switch to Linux at this point because of multiplayer games that they wouldn't be able to play because of anti-cheat.
This is so cool.
This is actually massive. It's in my opinion.
Champion's gone.
Maybe because I don't play GTA 5. That's probably accurate. A bigger story than the GTA 5 thing. If it actually happens, if they pull anti-cheat out of the kernel and then we're able to get more of the games that were previously kind of locked to Windows onto Linux, that will be enormous. Yeah.
Regarding your game that doesn't work anymore, in at least one case, it seems a player was able to get a refund for GTA 5 on Steam, but another person on Reddit apparently had their request rejected. A message from Steam support seems to suggest that Valve is working with Rockstar to fix the issue. We do need to get through a few more topics here just because I have a play to go to. Hey Vaughn, what are we seeing again? We're seeing The Great Gatsby. I'm very excited. Nintendo has finally sued Palworld, but in a kind of surprising way. Nintendo and the Pokemon Company, of which Nintendo is part owner, announced they have filed a lawsuit
I should pick up an
in
upgrade.
Tokyo District Court against Pocket Pair, the developer of the indie smash hit Palworld.
Sniper stock here.
While Pokemon fans
Optics
have
here.
expected this to happen for
Mid-range.
some time, like basically from the moment that game came out, the nature of the lawsuit is not at all what anyone expected. When Palworld came out, Twitter threads, like the one Luke is about to show you guys, purported to show pals from Palworld whose designs plagiarized the designs of Pokemon, essentially accusing Pocket Pair of copyright infringement. So many people made complaints to the Pokemon So many people made complaints to the Pokemon Company that they released a statement saying they didn't grant permission of Pokemon IP or assets. But Nintendo isn't suing over copyright, so like art and design, at least not yet. They are suing over the infringement of multiple patents, meaning that they are arguing that Palworld, a survival crafting third-person shooter with indentured servitude as a core feature, is functionally similar to Pokemon.
There's a perfectly good upgrade just waiting for me.
Okay. The patents that Nintendo feels are being infringed have not been revealed, but one good guess is a patent found by PC Gamer. It broadly covers a game system that allows switching between two modes, where the first mode is aiming and throwing an item that imparts an effect on a character in an overworld, and the second mode is aiming and throwing a fighting character in an overworld to perform an action such as fighting another character.
Round 2, beginning.
To be clear, this patent does not cover a game program that allows a player character to catch a character only during a fight. What? Okay, hold on. An example of what falls
Replicator
within
on
this
its way
patent
down.
is contained in Pokemon Legends Arceus. The first mode would be how players can throw items at wild Pokemon outside of combat. The second mode would be how you
There's
can
a
throw a
perfectly good
Pokeball
upgrade
containing a
just
tame
waiting
Pokemon
for
at a
me.
wild Pokemon to initiate a fight, or at something like a tree to collect berries. You can patent that?
A lot of gaming patents are really stupid.
The directional arrow from like Crazy Taxi, who they sued Simpsons Hit and Run, the pointy directional arrow, mini games and loading screens.
That's what I was going to say.
There's like hundreds of these examples.
A lot of really stupid gaming
Oh yeah,
patents.
crazy.
Dude,
Yeah.
Oi,
that's
extra
trash, and I
supplies
don't like
here.
it.
Yep.
Standard stock
The
here.
good news,
Level
the
3.
good news here, okay, is Pocket Pair made enough bucket loads of
Upgraded
money
and good to go.
and must have known that this was coming, that they will maybe be
Ring
able to
8
defend
plus.
themselves.
We'll see. Japanese
And this is
court,
another
not,
news cycle.
not American court for people that are trying to be lawyers.
Japanese court, that's going to be rough.
Yeah.
Not that I'm saying it will be biased. I'm just saying this is clearly Nintendo's home turf where they are going to have more experience.
Also, a bunch of people are pointing out that apparently the Microsoft moving antivirus out of the kernel thing won't stop anti-cheat, maybe something, maybe, I don't know. Haven't read super deeply into it. Was just hoping that would be the case, and I know some other people were echoing that as well.
Rings close. 10 seconds.
So
Hold
we'll
on
see what
to your
happens.
knickers.
I wonder if the
Look at
excitement
that.
from
Got some
everyone
extra
of that
supplies
happening
here.
might incentivize anti-cheat companies to look at Linux a little bit more even that. I don't know.
To
Just
be clear,
hopefully some-
Pocket Pair is also, hold on, sorry, Pocket Pair also Japanese, but what I suspect is they have far less experience navigating the court system
And
there than
resources.
Nintendo does.
Yeah.
When I say home turf, sorry, my intention was not to say Japan. My intention was to say specifically Japanese court.
Yeah.
Care package being delivered.
Oh boy, well, good luck, Pocket Pair.
How much time do you have?
Hey Vaughn, how long's the walk?
Hey,
How long's the walk? I'm finding out. Oh, quick clarification from our Decouple Your Life Part 2 video. We discussed Nextcloud, and we said Nextcloud is more home user, whereas OwnCloud is more enterprise. We had a chat with Nextcloud about this, and they said, hey, that's kind of outdated information, and they actually, according to them, have significantly larger customers than home cloud, with some installations in the many millions. So I just wanted to clarify that. Okay, I need to go fairly soon.
Should we smash some merge messages before you go, and then save these topics for next week? Because we haven't done any merge messages.
Sure. Let me just see if there's anything extremely important. Yeah, ASUS refused to repair a service center damaged laptop by Reddit user animated alleged authorized ASUS service center that $1,000 instead.
Shooting.
The internal frame is like according to Animatrix, the service center initially denied responsibility, then confirmed that the staff had damaged the laptop. Animatrix claims that ASUS refused to replace the laptop with an equivalent because it is out of warranty, despite the fact that this would be a matter of life.
Stand back, knuckle clusters firing. Healing up.
Additional problems with the laptop, which the authorized service center incorrectly said would require the motherboard to be replaced,
Enemy killed.
was later fixed by a smaller service center without replacing the motherboard. The laptop was originally provided by ASUS to Animatrix in exchange for promoting their
We put down the last of that squad.
That last bit complicates this a lot.
Ring will be closing in 30, but she ain't
Tiggy
far.
says, have a Moby.
Why does that change things?
Well,
I don't think that changes things at all, to be honest. This was an out-of-warranty repair that he did at an authorized service center that they broke his computer.
Half the squads
So
have cocked it, fellas.
I don't think it
On
really
ya.
has anything to do with how he got it. If I took my car, which is...
Hold on. Did they know it was out of warranty? I'm just checking. Yeah, no, this is out of warranty. Okay, no, you're right. You're right. Then it
That has
doesn't change
nothing
at
to
all.
do with how he got it. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Because if it was a sample
Got us a
and this
care
was a
package
warranty
coming in.
conversation, then that gets a little bit hairier, because there can be an understanding that, like, yeah, so, you know, here it is, but like, whatever, it is what it is. But if this is a service center and an out of warranty situation, if they damaged it, man, they've just got to figure out what their escalation workflow needs to be, because I've talked about this. At the very highest level, the willingness to do things right is there.
Enemy
They
over
just
there.
have such a broken process that, like, now I'm the one who has to raise this. Instead of just getting the customer message, they just and make it right.
Yeah, because if you read the Reddit thread, honestly, this skips a lot of steps. If you read the Reddit thread, if I remember correctly, at one point they tried to offer him like some, like, this is $12,000 laptop, right? This is a professional laptop, probably with like a Quadro card in it, stuff like that. Like, this is not a normal laptop. If I remember correctly, they tried to offer him some like 8 gig
Rings nearby.
whatever
1 minute.
random standard normie laptop in response to it, which he was fairly obviously like no, which is why it took so long to actually get solved.
45 seconds. Rings just up ahead.
They need to have like a global escalation line. They need to staff it with people who are empowered to make these decisions, and they just need to deal with this.
Getting shot at.
Like, I'm so tired of seeing this.
Ring close in 30. Nearly there.
They've got to be tired of seeing this, you know?
Yeah.
The last thing we said we would talk about is the Ryzen 9000 launch.
We're down a squad mate, but we're still in
According
this game.
to Mind Factory, a large German e-retailer specializing in electronics, they have publicly available sales numbers that show they've only sold a couple hundred units of 9000 series chips since their launch. However, this doesn't reflect how well AMD's doing in the pre-built market, which seems to be significantly larger. That's wow. I guess it turns out that for I guess it turns out that when you've got
I revived you for like a solid few minutes.
anything other than X3D is gonna kind of not.
Because I didn't expect you to just not be here.
All right, why don't we do a couple
with your
merge
shit,
messages?
dude.
We can explain how they work real quick. The way to interact with the show, which I guess is, I don't know, Luke and Dan, are you guys gonna stick around a little while longer? You're not
Yeah,
obligated.
you clearly don't know a lot.
I sent you a message on Teams, guys, but yeah, we can stay. But yeah,
Okay,
I
cool.
think just to speak on the Ryzen topic for a quick second, I totally agree. Everyone's waiting for X3D. I think that's what basically every reviewer told people to do. I think the coolness of 9000 series in the areas that it does matter is extremely minor, and no one really cares. And the sales that have gone to it have probably been
1 minute till
non-gamer, just people building
Yeah.
a new computer, and it's just the thing that happens to be out, and that's it. I think that's all the sales.
Dude, if I was doing like the trunk computer for my like car gaming setup again, I'd probably
Rings
put
not that
9000
far.
series in it.
Sure.
Just because like extra, well, you know, right, it's niche, but like the extra heat really matters there.
Yeah, but
But then again, X3D chips are so efficient too.
I would just be waiting for the next X3D.
9000 X3D is gonna be. Oh, I hate making. I think 9000 X3D is gonna be really good though. I'm actually kind of stoked.
Yeah,
I hope I get to be right, because like I just want cool tech to talk about. And if I'm biased, I it's that. I'm biased to like have something cool to talk about and like play with. All right, merch messages. All you got to do is search on ltstore.com, send us a merch message, super chats or quick bits,
Shield battery here.
or Twitch bits, or any of that stuff. It's better if you're going to throw money at your screen that you're going to get some high quality merchandise in the mail. One of our 50% off water bottles that we're running for the next little bit while we clear out the ones with the old lid design. You can also back order a precision screwdriver. And Dan, if you want to show people how merch messages work, they go into the queue to be responded to later. Dan will reply to them now, or he will throw them to the show for us to respond to in real time. Dan, hit me.
Sure, I got a bit of a juicy one here if we're not going to do too many. Hey LLD, any thoughts on the 3 Mile Island nuclear plant coming back online with an exclusive delivery deal with Microsoft? Dystopian or green power for power-hungry AI? That's the face I made.
I
when got it.
I actually hadn't heard about this, and I was so on board because nuclear power has this like bad rap that just needs to stop. Like it's not perfect. Nothing is perfect, but good lord, compared to just like burning friggin' coal, like it's the Industrial Revolution. Like, are you kidding me?
Basically,
I was like,
we're at war or not.
I was like, this sounds great. I was like, this sounds great. Until you said the last part, and then I thought back to that hydro power plant in BC that apparently is dedicated to running a crypto farm, and I was like, man, really? Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I hadn't heard about this.
Really?
It's better than burning coal.
Well,
Unless there's an active one.
Yeah, but like this isn't replacing any of the dirty power that like we're producing for things people actually need. This is just
when
this is
it
additive.
goes to, yeah. Well, wait, is this for Microsoft?
Yeah,
For
Microsoft's
stuff?
AI.
Yeah, so I mean, they were gonna do something. So it's either build a coal plant or do this, because there's all these projections right now of the power generation that the States is going to have and how it's going to change over the next coming years and how it's going to massively outpace previous predictions and yada yada yada. So this power increase is going to come from somewhere. So I understand what you're saying, where like we're not replacing like heating people's water with coal, but they were going to make it somehow.
All right.
So it's either more coal plants, new ones, or this, or something else. I don't know. Right? There's
So
all
how
these
about
different options.
how about we? Okay. Well, okay. You know what? Fine. If this is a thawing of the frigid enthusiasm that there's been around nuclear power for a while, then I'm happy. There.
Yeah.
Okay, Dan, hit me.
Sure. Geez, let's see. Linus, I thanked my wife for doing my laundry, as you said. Any news about the moist pocket? Thank you for solving my problems. Greeting from Belgium and my wife.
I forget what the moist pocket even is.
I think it was in a pair of pants you designed, like an internal pocket.
Dude, I say random stuff all the time.
I do remember this. There was like a zippered internal pocket, a pair of sweatpants or something like that.
Oh, a water-resistant
moist
pocket.
Oh.
It was like sweat-proof.
Because if you just have like a sweaty ass, then I guess like your stuff won't get wet.
It might be a typo. They are from Belgium, and there's some errors in
Yeah,
here.
I think
but
I
I'm
was
going with
meaning,
it.
guys. I don't think we're gonna have a moist pocket.
Any pocket can be a moist pocket.
Yeah. I mean, nothing's impossible, but not today. Not today.
Okay.
I am wearing the new cargo pants though.
If you
I don't know if
do
you guys
have
can
one,
see me right now.
don't call it that.
There.
Cargo pants.
Yeah.
Woo!
All totally normal pockets.
Yeah. Lots of them though.
Lots of moist pockets. Linus, how are you doing for timing? You're 5 minutes over now, I believe. You still okay?
I need to go in like 5 minutes.
Okay, can do. Question for Linus. With your Taycan, what's your opinion on Porsche's new EVs? Updated Taycan Macan EV, 718 EV. Will you buy a new Porsche EV in the future? Why or why not?
Funny. My nickname for my car is the Taycan because it like has issues with it sometimes. It's been recalled like 4 times or something like that. Overall, though, I love driving my car. Like Luke has heard me talk about it a fair bit. Like outside of WAN show,
that is a happy purchase.
The acceleration is, not the most important thing for killing it at the track and whatever. But I like driving around in something that literally accelerates the way the Incredicoaster does at California Adventure Park. My kids love it. They're always like, do launch control, do launch control. I enjoy it. I like my car. I do want to test drive the Macan just because I'm like kind of curious. I have no interest in the 718. I don't even really understand Porsche's lineup. Like it doesn't really make sense to me. Like the whole 911, 9-1 something, like I don't understand like the different generation nomenclature. I'm not really a car guy. I just like my car. But yeah, I want to test drive the Macan. I'm curious about it. The new Taycan, the main benefit that would affect me, because it's all like, ooh, it has better driving dynamics. I'm like, all right, sure, yeah. I'm not going to take this thing to the track. So the main benefit to me would be the better range. But the range doesn't bother me on mine. I don't road trip in it. Who would road trip? Well, okay, someone might. It's actually very, very daily drivable. But I don't. I don't road trip, so it doesn't bother me. There. That's all I have to say about that.
Okay,
hit me.
Sort of 2 more for you. Hey, Linus, excited to get my hoodie, but I noticed I can only buy mystery color. Anyways, I was wondering if you had any advice. What would you give to a high schooler in grade 9? Thank you for all you do.
Take every course you can for free because education costs a friggin' ton of money the second you graduate from high school.
Yeah.
But not just academics. I took like metal art and jewelry, and it was like hugely. You never know when something is going to come in handy. Like my wife and I did like a make your own earrings class on a weekend, and we made her a pair of earrings that's like special and handmade by us. We each made one, and they kind of match, but kind of don't. So they're very handcrafted like that. And taking metal art and jewelry was really useful for me being more decent at it. Like I don't know. You never know. Just like broaden your horizons. Keep your horizons broad.
Do all of it. Hey, have you considered doing a follow-up on extreme tech upgrades to see what people regretted or would have done differently? Thanks.
We have thought about that as a Floatplane exclusive, but we should definitely note it. Dan, if you don't mind forwarding that as a reminder to Sammy. It'd be great to get that series rolling. Speaking of Floatplane exclusives, Luke, we have 37,000 subscribers on Floatplane.
Nice.
We did not make it.
Oh.
We didn't make it.
Never mind.
37,968. Sorry, brother.
When we get one more, it'll be cool.
Dude,
that's
we
a
got
sub
close.
goal. That's a sub goal that I like a lot. If we get
got
one more,
close,
I'm happy.
Sorry, we got about half of the way there. All right, Dan, hit me.
quarterly goal.
No, it's not.
Did you say? Oh yeah, I'm gonna forward that to Sammy. That's all I've really got for you, Linus. I do have one message here that I got privately. Apparently, it's Mape's wedding day today.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Congrats, Mape.
Congrats, Mape.
Long time member of our community, especially over on the forum. Congratulations. I really hope you aren't watching the show right now.
I've got a,
so we'll see you in the VOD. We'll see you in the VOD, buddy.
Congratulations.
We apparently got one more, by the way, on Floatplane Luke.
Oh, nice.
We are at 37,969, so at least
perfect.
that's something.
Thank you.
That's something for you.
Thank you,
got about
whoever
half
did
the way
that.
there.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
The rest of these are probably good for Luke if you want to leave us alone.
Get out of here.
I'm going to a play. I'll see you guys in person next Friday.
All right.
Okay.
Have fun. Enjoy it.
Okay. And I'm just going to do this in advance. I'll see you again next time, next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. And then, Luke, you can just have a super delayed thing you do.
Don't say bye, because I'm contractually obligated to immediately end the outro if you do that.
Okay.
Yeah, don't do it, Luke. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't. I know.
Not even as a joke. Stop it. Stop it. You can't do it. I know it's a reflex.
Oh, okay. Keep everyone on the edge of
bye.
your seat. All right, let's do it.
Luke
We're not gonna do this forever, but
Yeah, I got a couple more.
We'll fire through the rest of the merch messages and then probably get out of here. I don't think we're gonna do any topics. We'll just move those to next week. There's some really good topics.
There's some really juicy ones. Yeah.
So we'll talk about that next week. But yeah, we'll get through the rest of the merch messages and then.
And I can actually
then move
send
on.
Sammy a message, and he's still at work. It's not 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Follow-ups, FP exclusives. Okay, let's see. Hi, Luke. Who have you recommended cybersecurity who are your recommended cybersecurity content creators? I haven't found many that aren't purely educational besides Darknet Diaries.
Purely educational.
Like, I think he wants, like, LTT, but cybersecurity. We broke into a bank and stole all their money.
I think there's a bunch that I watch kind of on and off. I'm not very good at remembering names, so that this isn't going to be awesome for that. But Low Level Learning and John Hammond are ones that I frequently go back to. I gotta remember. I'm looking over here now, right? Yeah, there we go. Low Level Learning and John Hammond are ones that I will frequently go back to. There's other people that talk about it, like even Thor or Pirate Software will talk about cybersecurity stuff sometimes. There are a bunch of other cybersecurity creators that I watch outside of those two as well, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'll go with that. Yeah, without like bringing up my YouTube and finding them, those are the ones that I'm remembering off the top of my head right now. So. Yeah. Oh. That are now LTT staples. I don't know how many still are. Kick Farted was a thing of mine, which kind of died alongside Kickstarter. It's not as popular anymore, so that... Oh, Dan was muted. Dan, say it again. Do it again.
Gosh darn it. Hey, LDL Goedevon from the Netherlands. Luke, in a previous WAN show, you'd mentioned that Scrapyard Wars was originally pitched by you. Did you pitch any other concepts that are now LTT staples?
Yeah, quite a few of them have died off, is essentially what I'm saying. So we had Tech Showdown, which I thought was amazing. I thought the content was fantastic, but people didn't really watch it. So we had Tech Showdown 1, which was Candy Battle. We had Candy Battle Part 2, which got even less views. Candy Battle went all the way to Part 4. That might be part of the reason why, because that was a one-day shoot that we moved into 4 videos, and all the thumbnails were literally identical except for the part number changing. that might have impacted it to a certain degree. Tech Showdown, the Pixel PC thing was fantastic, but they in general just didn't get a ton of views. Tech Showdown and Scrapyard Wars were the two that were like very much me. Most of the rest of them were collaborative think tanks, if that makes sense. Like even Tech Quickie, I had something to do with the original ideation of that, because I remember going to Best Buy and taking pictures of all the labels, trying to get inspiration for some of the really early episodes. I don't know. Yeah, a lot of the things that have been on the channel for a really long time, recurring themes, I might have been a part of. Ones that I know I wasn't was like the Ultimate Tech upgrades, the Intel or AMD ones. I had nothing to do with any of that. I don't know. Secret Shopper I had nothing to do with. But yeah, a lot of the old school stuff, I would have at least been a part of pitching it. I don't know. That's a long, rambly answer, but yeah, Tech Showdown and Scrapyard Wars were the main ones that were just like only really me at the beginning, like when it was pitched for the first one. And then from there, it usually moved on to other people. Like the most recent Scrapyard Wars, I didn't do anything to plan it, literally at all. I didn't even know what the theme was. I didn't know anything going into it. That was all other people. So they've kind of passed on from my hands now. But yeah.
Hey, DLL, I am a working cybersecurity professional for a similar-sized company as yours.
Cool.
How do you manage people's expectations when going through the transition of being ad hoc startup to corporate? Luke just implodes.
Yeah.
Linus isn't here. You're okay.
It's a problem for a bunch of reasons. It's a problem internally and it's a problem externally. I don't know how many companies have as much light on them externally as we do, but cough cough, let's look at the lab for a second. People seemed to assume that, you know, almost instantaneously upon the lab existing, our testing was going to be at some new level just overnight, and I think that created a lot of pressures, which those pressures were a little bit antithetical to some of the ideas of how the lab should have worked, which created the cyclical problem where it's just anyways, that created a bunch of issues both internally and externally. I think I love the like when like the YouTube channel gets hacked back in the day, and people are like, what, a tech channel that got hacked, as if that has anything to do, like as if we're cybersecurity professionals for one, and then for two, as if everyone in the company is. Like, what are you talking about?
We set a computer on fire the other week to like make it cool down. We don't do cybersecurity.
Yeah, there's a lot of like really weird expectations come from people that have often no idea what they're talking about.
I had them before I started here. I was super intimidated that everybody here was going to be a computer expert, and you have me coming in doing tech support, and it's like, hi, my computer's broken, and I'm like, oh god, here we go.
Like over
and
half
the monitor
no
was turned off. They're just all like experts at their, like, it's a joke, right? Like,
that actually happened here?
Oh yeah, I think it was unplugged slightly, like the power cable was half unplugged, which is fine. But like, you know, they're all experts at doing their thing.
Yeah.
Not necessarily experts at doing
so
a tech.
much stuff, dude. We're so many companies stuffed into one straitjacket.
11.
Or straitjacket?
Straitjacket feels accurate. We are inseparable.
Trench coat?
Coffin?
No, yeah, I don't know.
I want to suck your teeth.
we do so many things. We not only is there a merch company, but they actually like engineer and develop their own stuff and tools and crazy things like that. That's an entire massive company potentially by itself.
Yeah.
We have this video platform thing. We have the content creation arm. We have our own business team instead of farming it out. We have our own editors instead of farming it out. We have our own accountants instead of farming it out. We do so much stuff. We have the lab. We have logistics. We have procurement. We have like, I'm sure I'm missing half the company somehow. There's
all of your
so
company.
much stuff.
You handle everybody's like backline stuff, right? The teams and the tools.
Oh, infrastructure, yeah.
Infrastructure.
We
So
didn't
we've
farm
got-
out that either.
We've got global infrastructure and local infrastructure.
Yeah, that's true. We have cloud and local. We do so many things. It's
We've got
ridiculous.
enterprise data storage collection.
People are like, you have 100 employees.
We're in a company of 100 jobs.
This thing must be perfect. And it's like, well, no, we don't have 100 employees working on that.
We have one.
Yeah.
And then 100 other jobs.
Yeah.
Because we're 11 companies.
Which is awesome. Like, I think it's one of the one of the things that people really like about working here is there's so much going on all the time. There's so much potential for you to do different things within the company. Like it's all these are
Always
all
work to
cool
do.
things, but it creates sometimes I think a misconception of from certain other people about how things work around here. How could they make this one small mistake? They have 100 people to prevent it. It's like, no, we don't. We do a lot of different things. Also, we release an incredible amount of content and are human, so maybe chill out for a second.
Speak for yourself.
I am a robot.
And a meat popsicle.
But yeah, managing expectations. I think one of the best things you can do, and I'll word it this way because it usually gathers more people's attention, but one of the best things that you can do is lie about timelines. What I really mean is one of the best things you can do is be realistic about
You and me,
timelines.
let's take this
But
week.
everyone involved, whether it's software developers, whether it's building contractors, whatever, they all think that everything's going to go perfectly and that they're going to get it done at this optimistic and realistic looking timeline. And then not everything goes perfectly and it takes twice as long. And this happens every time. So just get the timeline suggestion from whoever you're working with and just double it. And then it's probably accurate. It's not, you're lying about the timeline, but you're actually not. You're being realistic, understanding that things are going to go wrong, that when you're building bespoke things, when you're working on new stuff, when you're not just turning out the same thing over and over and over and over again in a very practiced and measured way, then stuff happens. Things
This
don't
might be a
fit
good
the
place to
schedule.
land.
So you need your schedule to be malleable so you can deal with that. The
Are we
best
going
way to manage
scrap?
expectations in my experience is
Enough
Scrap,
land on
scrap.
land. We dropping.
extremely old school. Over promise, over deliver. Don't set the expectations too high. And if people have
Oh, shoot.
expectations that are too high, despite that,
Where the four flowers are, okay.
because
Beautiful.
it'll just be better.
Look at these modes. We're gonna make it.
Hey, Linus, Luke, and the talent and old WAN talked about.
Well, why would we? Why does that team matter?
Free merch. Have you considered a tier that gives store credit?
I'm gonna come to.
Luke, it'd be easier to have 1 bird or 9 birds.
Are these the same questions?
There's 2 questions.
I got a boyfriend.
I think one of them. I don't know. Answer both. I don't know.
Alright,
Pick one. You have birds.
a float plane subscription that gives you store credit sounds super weird to me.
That guy sounds like a cool guy.
Is you're giving us money to give you money? I don't know.
Hey, you're on our
Maybe
team.
people
Why are you
would like
talking
that?
shit to
It
me,
would be like
motherfucker?
you buy a float plane subscription and you get a gift card.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
okay.
essentially. But like,
You're not
is
on
that
the
good?
internet, actually.
Do you want that?
I don't know if you know that.
You're utilizing.
Discount in the store?
Evo harvesters are now available.
On planet
We've
Earth.
got some plans. There's some cool plans
Hammer
coming
point,
up for
dog?
Floatplane LTT store collaboration. Eventually, I kind of want it to go the other way around.
Planted
I
Earth.
have this idea. We are
Planted.
not close to this.
Planted.
We are not currently working on this. Do not ask me in 3 weeks. When is this
I
feature?
need another
Mother
feature.
Earth,
Might never
actually.
happen, okay?
Fuck.
No.
It's father, sister.
Setting expectations. I'm doing what I just talked about. Leave me alone. But I think it would be cool
not a
if
sentient
maybe
being,
eventually
so
we thought about
don't talk about it
potentially
like that.
working on a system where when you buy merch on LTT Store, you get Floatplane subscription time, and if you currently have a Floatplane subscription, it essentially
No, it's not,
pushes
actually.
back your renew
You
date.
sound.
So like,
You're
say
high,
you're-
dude.
you're
Chill, bro.
super
You're high,
into
bro.
the merch and you really like the content on Floatplane, and you
Nah, dude,
buy a
you're
bunch of stuff on
high,
LTT Store,
bro.
and you're actively
Relax,
subscribed with
bro.
a credit card on Floatplane. Well, buying stuff on LTT Store would like push back when you have to get billed again on Floatplane.
Close range.
Or would just every time you buy something on Floatplane Store on LTT Store, maybe you just
Hey,
damn.
free and you
You
work
probably
with
you know
both
you
of
think
those
there's flat, don't
use
you?
cases. We are
Got a
There's a care
far
package coming in.
from that being a thing.
I'm
I
just
don't know if
asking.
that'll ever be a thing,
Reckon we should go hit
etc., etc., etc.
extended energy mag here.
Stop.
Level
Please leave me
2.
alone. There are
Like egg?
many other things
It's
we're
egg
working
shaped?
on before then, but I think
Well,
bridging the
obviously
two
not,
Yes, it
because
is.
there's no
variety of
God
ways
made it
is
perfect.
cool. I think a lot of the people
God
that
made
like
it perfect,
things
just like you
are
and me.
probably similar people to the people that like Floatplane. So I like the idea of somewhat of a collaboration between the two platforms. But
Look,
for a variety
dude,
of reasons,
you're
both
yes,
not
the same
originally
God who made
built
your
with that in
internet.
mind. It's not necessarily the easiest thing
New
ever,
kill
but
leader
would be
appointed.
cool for people and is something that we are
New kill
definitely
leader. Go on,
interested
watch
in
out.
doing. Someday, sometime, not soon, go away.
Bill Clinton.
What are you?
Oh my
Bill Clinton
God.
is Vice President Al Gore.
It's definitely easier to have one bird, but I would highly suggest that you have two, not 9 and not 1. Birds are flock animals, and if you are not literally home all the time, then they're going to feel
I know
abandoned
exactly
by
who
their
Al
flock,
Gore
which
is, but he
bad.
didn't fucking
So
do
you
it.
give them a little buddy, and then 9
Oh my
birds
God.
sounds like an incredible amount of work to do.
I'm dead. Can you fucking heal me? Heal me. I just got sniped from like an hour away. They Ash ulted
I
on.
haven't been keeping up with my.
This fucking guy's not even moving.
I got some bad guys here.
They're behind you.
Any more? Sure.
Dude, this game is so fucking stupid, man. God.
What?
Jesus Christ, Scrappy, you're fucking terrible. How are you gonna be the healer and not even be next to us?
I don't play Pokemon Go the way a lot of people play it. So I don't,
Yeah.
I don't play as much. I don't pay as much attention to the updates.
I was muted again. God.
Somebody asked me what I think about the new update to Pokemon Go.
What do you think about
I don't
rings in
know
your
what
ear?
If they're talking about the
Got bigger
Dynamax
problems,
thing,
buddy.
Yeah, I think so.
it seems kind of neat actually because I like that.
How old are you,
the
Scrap?
Dynamax locations are not super.
Yeah, how old
far
are you,
apart.
fucking
I
old
do think
bag?
most min-maxing gamers are going to.
You old fucking bag of dicks. How
How
old are you? That's crazy. I'm 16
that
years old to go straight to prison. Shut up, Scrappy.
Fairly reasonable to walk from point to point.
Scrappy, you don't know me like that,
So
Scrappy.
obviously there's a walking
Shut
thing,
up.
if that's the update that you're talking about.
I'll tell my
But
dad
yeah,
to
I
whoop
think
your
it's
ass.
a good thing, and it
Yeah,
simplifies
I'll get him,
getting
son.
updates
Don't you
and
worry
stuff
about that.
because your old catalog of Pokemon are useless in that arena.
No, you
and
wouldn't. You're like
Whip.
5'6".
You're like 5'6", puss.
I think it is a bad
Get out of here.
Got an upgrade waiting for me.
Pokemon Go, because I will yet again say that I think Pokemon Go itself, the game, is actually terrible.
Yeah, we know you
What the
ain't
fuck
tall.
are you
But as a
talking about?
mechanism to get you
Who's
outside
Sir
and
Mix-a-Lot?
walking, it is god tier. It is both of those at the same time.
Yeah.
Next up.
Who the fuck is that?
Luke, as a man who drives cars until I get.
Oh my
As a man who
God.
drives
You
cars
sound
until I get
retarded. That's a terrible
value
song.
By pushing it
You like
to
big
the
butts?
scrapyard.
What kind of
I understand
butts do you
your
like?
love
What the
of
fuck?
current car. Have you thought about what comes after the magic smoke?
I'm out of touch with
Not really.
reality. Okay.
Pretty much
Okay.
all my hope has
Who
gone
the fuck
to,
is Snoop Dogg?
Acura releasing
Sounds like a pedo.
Sounds like a
plug-in
fucking
hybrid
old fart, just like
version
you.
Of the, like, what are they on right now? TLX or whatever?
Who the fuck is the pound puppies, and how come you know how to pound puppies? You're disgusting.
By the time I want to buy it, I can
You
get
disgust
a
me, man.
used one that's a
I
few
swear.
years old.
You must be a fucking pedophile, because that's exactly what you sound like.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's
I
facts.
put a ton of thought process into it. I don't.
What the fuck did the puppies do to you, man?
As these days, I don't love straight ice cars either. I really like the idea of plug-in hybrids.
What did the puppies do to you? My dad is freaking out right now. He's looking at me all crazy, like, what is happening? There's people on me, but you guys don't care.
What? Why you say that to me?
Oh, bro!
As well as I do in mine.
Fucking
Which
Luke,
brings me
dude.
back to wanting an Acura because
Oh,
I have
dude,
never
I'm gonna die.
been in a car that feels
Trying to come, but you're fine.
as like naturally comfortable.
I'm dead! There's one guy. Y'all can fucking shoot him right here. He's right on top of me.
Still feel that way?
Shoot him!
You know it just is.
He's licking my box. Free.
And then
Better not. I'm moving right now.
Come on, Scrappy. Show me your skills, you old fart.
Yeah,
God damn it, Scrappy.
But having the power and efficiency of a plug-in hybrid, because like the power.
You had
when
one
you put
fucking
it
job,
on,
Scrappy.
Like use
Ring
both
ain't far.
drivetrains mode.
She's closing in 45.
Most supercars are hybrid now.
You probably don't even have fucking
There's
job,
one that
do
came
you,
out, which is
Scrappy?
like
You
the
old
first
fart. You
30
over here playing
kilometers
games
an
and
hour,
shit.
30 miles an hour, full electric. Forever.
So sick.
Yeah.
And then
Man.
the ability, you still have infinite
Whatever,
range,
Scrappy,
because you
old
can
fart.
fill up at pumps whenever you want, but you
Yeah.
have that efficiency of if you're just
Yeah.
commuting to work and back, you can probably
Yeah.
just plug it in. Like plug-in hybrids are peak in my opinion.
Doggy
So
dog.
Why are we playing against
If
somebody
plug-in
like that?
If I could just take my
Doggy
current car and assume the
dog.
frame is in perfect condition and stuff, which I'm sure it's not. If I can assume all that stuff is fine, if I could just literally have the shell of my car, but it was a modern plug-in hybrid engine that was in the performance category that my car is in, I would be super stoked, which is why I'm just hoping that Acura eventually does that so that I can get the closest possible thing to what I currently have, but with a modern plug-in hybrid engine.
If you pay me for that, I'll do it. Find the engine. We'll get a rusted out one. We'll get a rusted out one. I'll do that. That sounds like a fun car project.
Oh man.
I get Salmon over here. We'll drift it. Be sick. So that's all I got.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching the extended period. We'll see you next week. All those fun, exciting things. Bye.
Here. Thinking of you. Hope you had a great day. You know, I'll be like, that's so nice.
Is everyone locked in? Everyone got everything? Double phones? Ready to go? Let's keep rolling.
Yes.
Boyfriend dick.
Yes. That is a thing.
Chat, press one if you have boyfriend dick.
Boyfriend dick. Oh my god. Nick. Uh-oh.
What?
I may have left my phone back there.
You left your phone?
Yeah. Can I use your phone really quick? Oh,
yeah.
To go on my iCloud.
You can also use mine.
I may have left my phone back there.
There's...
Oh.
Are you sure?
Maybe. Well, I don't have it here.
Okay.
Oh, here.
I don't even know how we turn around.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
Well, I think. I mean, I'll look around really quick.
So I'm just gonna turn around now.
Yeah.
Because we have to.
Okay. I mean, it's not in my. Is it in my pocket? Yeah, it's not in my pocket.
Wait, I don't think we even can get off the road here.
Give me a second. Do I even know my iCloud password?
Yeah, we're gonna see if we can get
I'll
off
have to see.
Call the
Oh my
phone.
god, wait, yes, I did leave it there.
Okay.
I remember now. It's on the little
Monkas.
Okay, no problem.
But this is a prime
I'm
example.
sorry, Nick.
That's okay.
Give us at least 2 colors back
Let's
really
just hope
fast.
it's not gone by the time we get back.
It will not be gone. There's like no one there.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh my god. You guys press 1 if you're driving there right now to take the...
George.
You wanna know what's funny? When we got back in the car, I said, does everyone have everything? Is everyone locked in? Everyone got everything? Double phones? Ready to go?
I was like, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you said, are you locked in? And I was like,
Oh yeah.
yep.
Is everybody locked
I'm
in?
locked in. When I heard
didn't
locked
say,
in,
does
I was
everyone
like,
have anything?
Yeah,
I was
wrong,
like,
wrong question.
I need to rush and get my seatbelt on.
Oh, there's a lady right there.
She looks
Oh,
nice.
She's looking at her iPhone.
She has a new phone in her hand.
She has a new phone in her hand.
Look at that.
Oh, well, I hope it's there. If it's not there, I'll just
Let me
kill
just call it.
myself.
Slap you 99 just
I'll be
Jet,
back.
pray for the phone.
Dude, she has an iPhone in her hand. It looks just like yours. I'm just saying. I'm not kidding you.
Let's go. Okay, I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna just stand outside again.
I'm not kidding you.
Yeah, bye.
Wait, what happened, Arthur?
She had an iPhone in her hand.
Surely it's not Fiona's.
It looked like hers. What? They're gone.
Phone?
Blue rims to
Yeah.
battery.
I think on the ledge.
We should just
right
leave
there.
him.
I'm just telling you, Nick, if the phone is not there, you should follow this car. This.
It's okay, it's okay. I can wait. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Have a good day.
Is that the phone? Wait, call her. We should call her.
You
phone.
got
What's her
it.
I don't have a number.
A nice lady helped me. Wait,
You
what
got it.
happened? I think her mom was in the.
That is wild.
I got it, and a nice lady helped me.
What do you mean helped you? She had it already?
No, her mom was in the stall. And she was like, oh, like, one moment. I was like, I can wait. And she was like, there's so many open. And I was like, oh.
Does everyone have everything? 2 phones, wallet keys?
everyone, this is your daily dose of internet. This is what happens. Hello everyone, this is your daily dose of internet. This is what happens when you get sunburned while wearing a mask.
And I forgot to take my face mask off. How am I meant to go to work like this?
They had a ceremony to announce the opening of their new office.
Mask off. How am I...
Hello everyone, this is your daily dose of internet. This is what happens when you get sunburned while wearing a mask.
And I forgot to take my face mask off. How am I meant to go to work like this?
They had a ceremony to announce the opening of their new office. This guy snuck into someone's car, but he couldn't figure out how to leave.
My brother, this is not your car, this is my car. But why are you in my car? No, you can't get out, because we calling the cops. What do you mean for what? This is Grand Theft Auto.
A bear was seen walking through the woods without any arms. Despite its handicap, this bear has still managed to find a way to grow and learn on their own. Men are apparently very simple creatures. This guy found a really weird pistachio. These two dogs are best friends and haven't seen each other in a very long time. These two dogs are best friends and haven't seen each other in a very long time. She was trying to record herself at the gym when the goofiest thing happened. This little guy tried sparkling water for the very first time.
That look on his face.
They found a weird piece of plastic on the floor.
What you were talking about, because it was moving a second.
This poor little girl doesn't know how pictures work.
Today's been awesome, Barbie.
He got jealous because she's on her computer too much. His Tesla started detecting that pedestrians were nearby when he was in a cemetery. She got a new tea kettle that looks like a giraffe and wanted to know what sound it would make.
Chega, Ninho. Ninho. Oh meu Deus, que gato doido é esse, menino?
Moo Dang is a little baby hippo that is going super viral on the internet this week because she hates to take baths. non-venomous snakes started attacking their eggs, so this man decided to save the day.
Yeah, grab the tail.
Where's that? Go! Are you sure?
Oh, you're the man, Macias.
Look how big that thing is.
Oh my day.
Man, I cannot believe
She
it.
pulled it back in. You see that?
Yeah.
This is the problem with having a waiter that's a robot. She must think this is the longest escalator ride of all time.
Game found.
They drew a hopscotch on the sidewalk and wanted to see if any random people would use it. The lights went out at the absolute worst time. This is what a seal sneeze sounds like. A baby whale got stuck under a pier, so they had to destroy the pier to free the whale. She was trying to record herself pushing a car when the most random thing happened. So why does this face have the face of a cat?
Es que así es su nombre.
A passenger got off the train and tried to run away without paying, so the conductor chased after him. Why did nobody tell me that cars could do this?
What's happening over there?
She was trying to close the window at this bar. I think his dog might be broken. This is the problem with going to a hibachi restaurant.
Your team has no backup left.
This poor guy has no idea that he's leaning on a hand sanitizer machine. This little crab has been very busy making balls of sand.
Tell me you live in the Pacific Northwest without telling me you live in the Pacific Northwest.
You said yesterday, I'm taking the boat.
This guy recorded a SpaceX rocket launch on his way to work. That is the end of this video. We hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Later.
Right, so the situation we're talking about today is a very bizarre situation, and when I actually saw the original video a few days ago when it's kind of first posted, it was doing the rounds, it went crazy viral. There was no real context to the situation, and I was very confused as to what happened. But over the past few days, I didn't see any updates, so I just kind of forgot about the situation up until I re-heard about it today and dug a bit deeper, saw the responses that have been made in this video, and yeah, it's a very baffling situation. So there's two main people you need to be aware of today. The first one being Unity Mafia, or Bree Powers, a TikToker with 180,000 followers, and the second person being DJ the Dad, a TikToker who now has 90,000 followers, and basically didn't have any followers when this situation happened. He's gained a lot from this situation. And the first video that was actually posted that caused the situation was this one that was posted by Bree. So you can see by the caption on screen, it says, "This LDS Christian man booked with me on a Sunday for an appointment just to waste my time."
Yeah, and you agreed to the $199 teeth whitening. You took an hour to show up to your appointment, and I'm telling you it's $100 for a cancellation. You come in, and then you say you're canceling. So I'm saying it's $100 for the cancellation fee for wasting my time.
Okay, right. So the only context we have at this point is apparently this guy showed up to have some teeth whitening, he's now cancelled, and he's not paying the cancellation fee. Now it's at this point that this altercation gets a little bit more aggressive.
And this is also going on Instagram where I have 100,000 followers as well. And in the Mormon dating groups of people to avoid as well. Yeah. So I hope this was really worth it to you. You really wasted my time and my energy today.
I hope you have a better day.
Oh, well, I was having a great day until you showed up and decided to waste my time.
Do you mind if I close my door?
I don't mind, ugly fuck.
Oh, I mean, so it seems like that was pretty unnecessary, doesn't it? Now, you might be a bit confused why she mentioned the Mormon dating apps in this video, because obviously this seems like a teeth whitening situation where he's just showed up for an appointment. That does make sense in just a second. But that video we just watched is actually now deleted. It racked up millions of views and it had been taken down. But from the archive that I've got, we can actually see some of the comments that were left in the video at the time, like this one right here saying, "He's not ugly by a long shot, sweetie. Wow, lady, can you say unhinged?" And just more comments like that, you know, this one saying, "Well, aren't you just a ray of sunshine?" People clearly seem to be on this guy's side straight away. Well, DJ actually responded to this situation, and as you can see, the video is currently on basically 14 million views. Like, it's mad how viral the situation went. But he started it off by mentioning why, like, the dating apps was brought up, and he actually saw this woman on Mutual, which is a Mormon dating app, even though he is no longer part of the church, but he wanted someone with similar values. I guess he used to be part of the church and no longer is.
So last week, I saw this girl on Mutual, that's the Mormon dating app, and I'm on there because, like, you know, I'd like to be with somebody with similar values, and, you know, used to be maybe in the church, and so they know where I'm coming from, and I'm very upfront about, like, that I'm not active and all that.
Yeah, so in a couple of videos after this, he says that on his profile on the dating app, he had it written down that he's no longer part of the church. He then goes on to say when he looked at Bree's profile, her phone number was on there, so he contacted her by text.
Like, her business information and her phone number's on her profile. And she does, like, teeth whitening and esthetician stuff. So I texted her and I was like, "Hey, I don't know if you knew, but your phone number's in one of your photos on your dating profile." And then, what did I say? "Maybe it's intentional. I'm very interested in you, so I was thinking if you're game, I could pay you to whiten my teeth, and then if you were attracted to me and we hit it off, I could ask you out on a date."
Okay, first of all, it is a bit of a weird tactic, you know, it'd be like, "Oh, you can whiten my teeth, and then if we hit it off, we can go on a date." It's definitely a unique way of going around it, but I mean, that adds context as to why, like, the dating apps are brought up. He then says her next reply, he's like talking about how much she has to pay in rent, and he thought he was being scammed at first.
She texts me and she says, "I'm getting evicted and I have $2,000 of rent to pay." And she put the dollar sign after, so I'm like, "Oh, I'm getting scammed. It's a fake profile, you know, and it's a red flag."
And the story continues, and he says that Bree actually said to him, "You should come and get your teeth whitened. We have, like, an open slot, I guess."
And then today, like, right as I was getting off drill, she's like, "I charge $199 for teeth whitening. Would you like to do it today?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm about to get off work. That could work for me."
They then start clarifying parking, and he says he's on his way.
She's like, "It's downtown, so there's only street parking available." And I was like, "Okay." So at 4:41, I said, "Sounds good. We just got released, so I can be there in like 25 or 30 minutes.
He then ends up arriving 1 minute late. He texts her about parking again because he's a bit confused on where he's supposed to park, and she starts saying that he's playing games.
I said 25 to 30 minutes at 4:41. So 5:10, so 31 minutes. I was 1 minute late. I was like just trying to find a spot, and I called her because like there's only a couple spots out in front of her whenever she rents there, and so I was was like around the corner. I called her, I was like, hey, see if you can open up. So, you know, I texted her, I was like, hey, you just see if one of those spots is opened up. And she texted me back, she says, yeah, I have something else to do after this. There's plenty of street parking. I don't know what kind of games you're playing.
He then parks his car, he walks into the shop, and apparently she just had a bad attitude, so he decides to leave.
And she's like, I told you to park over here. All this attitude. And I was just like, okay. So I started walking out the door. And this man has been her portfolio because immediately she starts to dump. And she chases me out the door. I'm not kidding. She chases me out the door. She runs over to my car, she's like taking pictures of my plate. She's like, I'm gonna call the cops and I'm gonna tell them that, because I told you there's a $100 cancellation fee. I'm like in shock.
Yeah, so at this point we're obviously caught up to the video. So everything we've just heard is before the video, and now we're at the place of what we actually saw on camera. And then after DJ left, Bree ends up texting him saying that he needed to pay $100.
So then she starts texting me and she says, $100 request on Cash App. She says, I'll be letting them know you're I'll be letting you know you're basically blacklisted. All from
And then he goes on to say that Bree made this like a TikTok video she was gonna post, sent it to him, and kind of like basically blackmailed him with the video.
And she sends me a link to a TikTok video that she's like, that. She's like, you can pay the cancellation fee, or this TikTok video can go viral after I share it for multiple Facebook groups on Instagram with 140,000.
I mean, yeah, it's not exactly the most professional way to deal with the situation, clearly. Like, this is not the best look. I mean, the video did go viral, she was right, but probably not the way she expected it to go. And with the whole cancellation fee, I was looking at the legalities about that, because it's not as if he just cancelled, right? He showed up, and he left because of the attitude he says that he was giving. So he left for a different reason, it's not like he didn't just show up. So, does he still pay the cancellation fee? I'm not sure what the legalities about that. I would like to think he doesn't, because if it's the other way around and someone was providing a service and their client was being rude to them, they can then ask that person to leave without actually giving them the service. Clearly, right? Obviously, you can't just charge them, but they would never do it this way. And then to add on to the fact that she was supposed to post this like viral video exposing him, she also said that she was supposed to make sure to ruin his business.
And then she texted me a couple minutes later and said, sounds like you have a business with Frostbite Food, so I'm gonna make sure that business does not go wrong. She doesn't understand. Because I have nothing to lose. And I probably got $100 worse than she does right now.
Yeah, I mean, as you can see, you're seeing the funny side of it. Apparently the business maybe isn't going the best, maybe just like a startup, and he's saying like there's nothing really to lose. And then at the end of the video, he says one thing he is annoyed about is the fact that he was in his uniform and he wishes that he got changed first.
I'm gonna be all over the internet in my uniform. They're gonna love that. And I put it this way before I left. I was like, well, I'm gonna do my uniform.
And now at this point we go back to Bree's page because she then posts a response video. So Bree starts off this video by basically saying that DJ is stalking her.
You admitting that you stalked me off of the performance dating app and finding your number and all my information on there is great.
And I'm not sure if it would exactly be called stalking if her number was on the profile and he messaged her. But yeah, I don't think that's probably the best way to go around it. If they didn't match, he doesn't really need to be messaging her. And I guess if it's, is it a business number? I don't know what kind of number it is, maybe it's a personal. But yeah, it's not the best way to go around it at all. But stalking is a wild thing to say, I feel like, in this situation. I think there's a very big difference to your numbers being on the profile, on your public profile on this dating app, than him going out of the way to try and find a number. Bree then goes on to say that he made it very clear that he was going to pay for the teeth whitening.
Really, I was not like, I was quite going to go for more time and like, that you can down regardless of that.
Now, one thing I should probably say as well, if you feel like the audio on that video we just watched isn't very good, that's just because it's not something I've done in editing or anything like that. The video that's been posted doesn't have great audio, and the stuff on screen, like the screenshots, aren't very readable, but we do actually have a screen on all the messages to look through after this video, so we will see. But either way, this video does carry on, and she says that DJ is just looking for clout and attention.
I can't believe that you're a victim. You're clearly a single father who doesn't practice a normal religion, but is on that and most of the attention is off of my TikTok or and you're not attracted attracting that type of woman by doing this.
And then she says the respectful thing to do in this situation would be for DJ to pay her $100.
Yeah, you could have paid $100 just to cancel and go about your day, and that's the respectful thing to do.
But now let's actually take a look at these messages. Now, DJ actually posted a screen recording of all the messages. He's blocked out the number, which makes me think that maybe it is a personal number and not the business number, because if it's a business number, it'd be really easy to find. It would just be like on Google, right? But maybe he still just has blocked it out either way. But either way, the first message from DJ is, "Hello Bree, my name is DJ. I wasn't sure if you knew, but your number is on your mutual profile. Maybe it's intentional. Haha, anyways, I'm very interested in you, so I was thinking if you are game, I could pay you to whiten my teeth, and then if you're attracted to me and we hit it off, you could let me ask you out on a date." To which her reply is, "I'm getting evicted and have $2,000 of rent to pay." Which, it's an interesting response. Like, I don't know what you're really supposed to do with that information. This whole conversation's a bit weird to me. Like, this first message saying like, "Oh, I'll pay you to whiten my teeth, and then if you like me, we can go out on a date." It's an interesting way to go around it, but then also this response is just a bit bizarre. It's just very straight to the point. Now, DJ responds saying, "Pretty weird that you put the $ after the amount." Obviously, he says in his video the reason he found this was weird was because he thought he was being scammed. But he carries on and says, "Okay, despite that, just found your Facebook, and now I do think this is your real number. Haha, are you alright?" So maybe this is where she's saying that, like, she's being stalked because he like searched on Facebook. And he carries on and says, "Well, I'll just send you some words of encouragement and let you go. Nobody's thriving right now. It is completely ridiculous how much it costs just to have a place to live right now. I'm guessing you believe in God since you have a profile on Mutual. These are crucial moments when the world tells us we have every right to turn our backs on him. I had my own last year, but you got to have that faith that what he has planned for you beyond the horizon is better. Don't give up. If you need some muscle to help load/move some stuff, hit me up. Hope you have a better day tomorrow. Sleep well." And judging from this, she doesn't reply on that day, but then messages him the next day and says, "I charge $199 for teeth whitening. Would you like to do it today?" To which he replies saying, "Is it laser or gel based? I did the laser one. It hurt my teeth super bad because they were sensitive. I'm about to get done with work in West Jordan. Where are you located?" She says, "Gel based. This is vegan and sensitive free." They then start talking about parking, like he said. Says he's in his uniform. She says, "I'll find somewhere to let you in the main building so you can change properly." He then says on his way, he says he's just trying to find a spot. She says, "Yes, I have somewhere else to be after this. There's plenty of street parking. I don't know what type of games you're playing. It's been an hour." He shows the time slots as well here. So he sent the first message saying like he's just trying to find a spot at 5:10, and he said he would be between 25 and 30 minutes at 4:41. So yeah, I mean 31 minutes he actually was. And then here we have the conversation after the video with the $100 request, saying that he's blacklisted to all women in Utah now, says that she should be charging him $199, but she's gonna charge him $100 instead. She then sends him this draft of the video, says that you need to pay it, otherwise